The Burgundy and Gold are in action. Get ready for feats of wonder as the DC Divas return to the turf. It's kickoff time for the three-time champion DC Divas. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company. Inside the St. James, the beautiful new home of the DC Divas, here are Scott Jackson and Donna Wilkinson.
Good evening and welcome to the St. James. We get ready for Divas football as they welcome in the Boston Renegades for an exciting night of football here in Springfield, Virginia. Scott Jackson along with Donna Wilkinson as we get ready for the second game of the season for the Divas. Donna, they got off to a great start, beating Pittsburgh here just 2 weeks ago. Of course, Boston also off to a great start with a 2-0 and a very dominant 2-0 at this point.
Absolutely. These are two of the most dominant teams in women's football. 4 of the last 5 national championships have gone to these two teams. We're expecting a battle tonight.
Well, let's get to the keys, and we'll start with the away team, the Boston Renegades.
Number one, they need to control the line of scrimmage. They run a 3-3 defense. They're big guys up front, Fournier, Pula, and Harrison. They've got to plug up those gaps and get the job done. Number two, they got to win the turnover battle. They've had 7 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery on the year. They get it done with winning the turnover battle. And number 3, do your job.
I think I've heard that before in the Boston area. I don't know, from a different football team. All right, let's get to the keys for the home Divas.
Well, number one, they've got to tackle. Boston's averaging 64.5 points per game, 213 yards rushing, 322 yards passing. That's a lot. The Divas need to tackle Boston. Number 2, their guards got to be able to pick up blitzing linebackers. Number 52 and 67 are coming all the time, and they've got to be able to pick them up and not get confused. And number 3, quarterback Congiality, she really has to be able to look off that high safety. She's going to need to be able to scramble, get out away from some of that pressure, and throw accurately downfield.
All right, let's get to the ones to watch, starting with the quarterback, Allison Cahill. What a great start she's off to.
Yeah, Allison, just one of the premier quarterbacks in this league. She's 42 out of 45 for 644 yards in her first 2 games, averaging over 15 yards per completion and 10 touchdowns. She's off to a great start.
Well, and they also have a running back that is making her life a little bit easier, too, in Angelica Pascal.
Yeah, Pascal's averaging over 100 yards per game, 9.8 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns so far. She's going to be tough.
Yeah, and on the defensive side, you mentioned earlier the keys of picking to the blitz, and that's one of the people that's going to be blitzing, Allie Genero.
Yeah, Allie Genero is just a beast, a really hard downhill kind of player. She has 12 solo tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks on the season so far.
All right, the ones to watch for the Divas. Let's start on defense. How about Jessica Johnson, the safety?
Well, Jessica had a beast game last week. She had 6 tackles, 1 sack, a deflection, and that pick 6 against Pittsburgh. As you can see, she's going to have a good game as well tonight.
Well, offensively, she was doing it on special teams and in the backfield last week, Deja Scott.
Deja had 12 carries for 84 yards and 3 touchdowns. She also had 3 receptions for 17 yards. Not to mention her punt returns, where she had 5 for 130 yards. She was all over the place, very dominant. She's going to have a good game for the Divas to come out on top tonight.
Well, and if the Divas are stretching the field, Lexi Floor seems to be a good option.
Yeah, Lexi's one of the new receivers, Hall of Fame player coming out from Utah. She had 4 receptions for 58 yards in the home opener. Expecting big things from her tonight.
Well, we're getting ready for kickoff coming up. The Divas will be kicking off to Boston, so we'll get to see the Boston offense. And as we mentioned, Cahill has been off to such a good start. Allison Cahill in that offense. You mentioned Angelica Pascal and the ones to watch. How about her sister as well, Stephanie Pascal out there? We'll be seeing her, I'm sure, a little bit tonight as well, number 3, the wide receiver.
Yeah, they're quite a dynamic duo. They've been playing for several years now on this Boston team, and they really rely on those 2 players for a lot of key plays.
Yeah, it's exciting as we get ready to get started here, see what the Divas do. They had that week off, obviously with the holiday, with the Easter weekend, and, Boston's had that 1 extra game, and they've been impressive so far with the way they've been able to dominate opponents.
Yeah, both these teams have had really good starts to their season. I think both of them doing what they anticipated doing in those home games. But for both teams, this is really the test of where they stand this season.
Well, they played so many great games in the past, and we'll get to some of that here in a little bit as we move on to the broadcast. But Madeline Entwistle getting ready to kick it off for the Divas as it is teed up, and back to receive for the Boston Renegades is number 8, Lauren Young, a wide receiver on the near side. And on the far, trying to catch that number. She's got it tucked in pretty good on me. A little short kick, pop-up kick, and it's taken by the up back across the 50, 45 into Diva territory, and bowled down at about the 43-yard line of the Divas, and that was number 6, wasn't it? Or no, excuse me, number 4, Satoria Bell, who received that. So Satoria Bell gets good field position. And let's get to the starters for the Renegades. Cahill, of course, the quarterback, the 2 Pascal sisters at wide receiver and running back, respectively. Benecki, Bell, Thailander at wide receiver. They've been good up front, too. They've kept Cahill clean so far this season. So we'll get a good look at this Boston offense here right away. 64.5 points per game in just 2 weeks. 213 rushing a game, 32 passing. They've got a lot of balance.
Well, Boston's one of those disciplined teams. You really see them making the right decisions most of the time.
Trips to the right. Bell, the lone back, gets a pitch to Bell. She's got plenty of room. Gets across to the 40 and held up, and we got a flag on the first play of the game. Stacked a good defense by the Divas, actually. Looked like it was going to be a bigger gain, but let's see what the officials say the penalty is. Could be in the area of holding, too. That was Satoria Bell, who's averaging as a wide receiver 17 yards a catch, and it is indeed a penalty. On the Renegades, a hold. So there you go. Good start for the Divas here defensively as they get to put the Renegades behind the chains early.
Yeah, we noticed last week it just took them a little while to get settled on defense, see if they can get themselves in gear at the top of this game.
So Cahill out of the shotgun. She's got Bell to her right, 3 wides to her right as well, and 1 receiver out here on the left side. She's going to throw it over the middle. He's got a man open. That is Pascal, who's going to get the first down and then some. Wow.
And you can see right off the bat how quickly they just get the ball into their playmakers' hands, make a play, get downfield, and
hurrying up.
Pascal knows what to do with it.
Yeah, Stephanie Pascal. Now they're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. So Stephanie Pascal comes into the game averaging 30 yards of reception and makes a big play there on first down. On the replay, we'll see her run it wide open over the middle. And we got the referees calling an officials timeout. So trying to get the chains moving. That actually benefits the Divas, as you know, as you mentioned. They're playing this tempo offense.
Yeah, and you might see both of these teams coming out with a little bit of tempo today.
Yeah. So we're getting some type of explanation from the ref. Unfortunately, we can't hear him. It's 1st and 10, though, at the Divas 32 for Boston. After the first down play, big chunk play right away for Boston after the penalty. And here comes Cahill out of the shotgun. Again, a hand to Bell. Hand to Pascal, who gets stacked up and dropped. Seems it's Pascal. Angelica Pascal, who again averaging close to 10 yards a carry.
Yeah, good job that time by the Divas defense, just filling that gap.
So again, it'll be out of the shotgun for Cahill with Pascal to her left, 2 receivers to the right, 2 left. Going to throw out to her right side. Has the receiver caught upfield towards the 25 into Divas territory to the 20 down to the 15 before out of bounds. And there's a nice pickup on first down from Adrian Smith.
Well, and Adrian Smith is one of those veteran receivers. She's played with Boston for quite some time, played on Team USA 2010 and 2013 with me. She's one of their key receivers that hasn't been big this year, but she can always show up big and make plays.
So Smith makes the play. 2 receivers out to the left side once again for Cahill. And again, Pascal, the lone back. Going to throw it out to the right, though. Has a receiver there, catches it, and is going to be stacked up quickly after a minimal gain, maybe a 4-yard gain at best. It's a good tackling out on the edge on Benecki, Emily Benecki making the catch there.
Yeah, well, Benecki's one of their best receivers. You will see her make a lot of plays. She's had 11 catches for 162 yards already this year.
So it's 2nd down coming up here for the Renegades after that play. The first down marker's around the 7. Play action going towards the end zone, and it's caught, and we got flags everywhere. And I think we got a touchdown from Benecki, but we'll see if it stands after the flags come up. So Cahill to Benecki for the first points of this game. And we'll wait for the officials on the flag, but it might be on the Divas. And no, it is offensive pass interference. No, he's pointing the wrong way. The referee pointed the wrong direction. It's defensive pass interference. And it's obviously declined.
Well, you can see one-on-one coverage out here with Davis, Janiah Davis, nicknamed Silent.
Sarah Tully for the PAT, and it is just inside the left upright, makes it a 7-0 game. So just like that, Boston takes the opening drive and moves it down the field in just 2 minutes and 3 seconds. It gets the first points of this football game. They picked up where they left off.
Well, they scored 2 touchdowns in their first 3 plays in their season, so at least we slowed them down a little bit from how they've started.
Yeah.
But this defense really needs to settle in.
Yeah, we'll see what the Divas can do here with their first chance to get out here on offense. And this is why you got to think today with both of these offenses the way they are and a quick strike ability that maybe, some of your best defense might be your really good offense if you can take the air out of the ball a little bit and keep this Renegades offense on the sideline.
Yeah, this could be quite an offensive performance tonight. Hopefully the defense can keep the ball on the ground for a little while, chunk up some clock, use some of that time while they're also moving down the field.
Telby getting ready to kick it off. Back to receive for the Divas is Deja Scott, number 4. Also back deep, looks like that is 16, Janiah Davis. And Telby's getting ready to kick it off. See if she tries to keep it away from Scott, and she does as she kicks it towards the short part, but Scott's going to come up and field it. Goes through her legs. Ball's loose. She's going to have to pick it up quickly, and she does on the 20. Comes up field, breaks 1 tackle. We got flags everywhere, probably going to be an illegal block. And the Divas, Scott's going to be stacked up at the 25-yard line, but flags everywhere, and I think the Divas may be starting back a little bit further.
Yeah, General calling for a foul as she was on the ground. Looks like two flags on the play, maybe 3.
Yeah, it was quick. Yeah, blocking the illegal block in the back, so that'll go back. Good kickoff execution from Tully there to kind of squib it and make sure that none of the up men were able to grab it cleanly. And Scott had to grab it and try to hurry, and obviously the illegal block comes as a consequence there. So 1st and 10, the Divas will start, as we see where they officially mark it off, going to be at the 10-yard line. So Divas will start off at their own 10-yard line. 12:46 to go in the first quarter. Boston Renegades lead at 7-0. Our first look at Amanda Congialdi and this Diva offense that was so good in their opener in that 54-22 win over Pittsburgh. Scott's alone back. Congialdi out of the shotgun. He's got a receiver on each side wide. Receivers kind of stacked up in the slot as well on each side of her. She goes 4 wide. And here's the snap. Congialdi. Lefty throws it out to Scott and the flat. Who's got the 15. Still on her feet. Spins around. Has a first down. Across the 20. Still on her feet. 30. 35. And she lowers the shoulder. And gets the 36.
Deja Scott getting it done. She just won't go down. She keeps her feet moving. Makes one person miss. Makes another person miss. And good job for getting a first down.
Get out of jail free card there. Just throw it out to Deja and let her do the rest as she picks up 26 yards in the first down play for the Divas. So as they were backed up, they are now suddenly got a little bit of breathing room. So Amanda Congialdi out of the shotgun with Scott to her left. She pitches it back to Scott, who's going to take it wide. Play's getting strung out pretty well by the Boston defense. A good job there, as that's going to be a loss in the play. It looked like 2-yard loss. A good defense.
Just a great job of keeping contain out there.
Back to that great play on first down. Look at Scott ran through 3 tackles, then lowered the shoulder to finish off the last one. She's so elusive. Good combinations, strength and speed. So now it's a second down, and it looks like about 14 to make that 13 officially for the Divas. Out of the shotgun. Amanda Congialdi steps up, fires. And it's dropped. Right into Wilson was the intended receiver at the 40-yard line. It looked like she just dropped it.
Yeah, Wilson, one of the top receivers for the Divas last year, doesn't drop many of those.
Yeah, Katrina Wilson, who in week 1 had a catch for 10 yards, call her Megatron. Big target out there. You can see her coming out here on the near side as the wide out here. As there's 2 on this side, actually going to bring 3 receivers over to this side to make that. There's flopping trips to the right of Congialdi. Floor's going to go out to her left and out of the shotgun. And Scott's alone back here on a big third down. 3rd and 13. Tough yardage situation for the Divas here early in this game. Cangialdi's going to throw it downfield, going back to the target and caught from Wilson, who's got the first down and then some, down to the 32, so she goes back to Wilson, and Wilson delivers.
Well, you can see how dangerous Megatron is right there, going up high pointing that ball, and she's so tall she can outreach most defenders. Comes down with a big play.
Huge chunk play from Cangialdi and Wilson. Let's look at it again. What a pass. Great catch by Wilson, and to tiptoe to stay on the sideline and get an extra 15 to 20 yards there.
Good coverage by the defender. Better pass by Cangialdi.
Cangialdi, good throw, and Wilson again getting an extra 15 after the catch was huge. So you got two receivers on each side, and Scott remains alone back to Cangialdi's left. The give is to Scott up the middle. She's patient, but she's only going to get probably a yard. Is going to be officials going to mark it down to the 29 of Boston's. So Divas in Boston territory for the first time this game, and trying to make it count as they trail 7-0 as we come up inside the 10-minute mark of the first half.
Well, the Divas operated with such efficiency last week. 18 out of 20 on the passing for Cangialdi. Eight different receivers.
Wow.
Just a tremendous effort by everybody offensively last week.
Two receivers on each side of Cangialdi. Deja Scott, the lone back to her right. Out of the shotgun here on a 2nd and 9. Good snap. Cangialdi takes it, and she's looking downfield the whole way. She's got a receiver. Again, just overthrows Wilson this time. Third target for Wilson. That time just a little bit too much.
And they had their single safety up high on that side, knowing that they might come to Trina, their big go-to player. Just a little overthrown as she had her man beat.
Well, I see Lexi Flores just checked into the game for a big 3rd and 9. And this may be 4-down territory here for the Divas. I mean, that's a pretty long field goal. Certainly not going to punt from here.
Yeah, I don't see the Divas trying to kick a 45-yard field goal at this point in the season.
We got whistles, the officials. Boston actually is going to call a timeout. So the Boston Renegades burned their first timeout. Here, want to talk it over on defense on 3rd and 9. Maybe they're confused by the personnel there for a second. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with a big 3rd down for the Divas.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
Welcome back to the St. James as we're in the field house. Scott Jackson and Donna Wilkinson, the Hall of Famer, as we're getting ready for big 3rd and 9 for the Divas at the 29-yard line of the Boston Renegades, who lead this game 7-0, 10-12 to go in the first quarter. It's a big plays here early from both teams. Cangialdi, Amanda Cangialdi out of the shotgun once again. Deja Scott, the lone back to her left. Two receivers on each side. On a big 3rd and 9. Player motions forward. Oh, bad snap. Cangialdi wasn't ready for it. Scott's going to scoop it up and just cover it up. And, oh, boy, disaster on 3rd and 9 for the Divas, as now they will have to punt as they go back in their own territory. Just miscommunication, it appeared, Donna.
Well, miscommunication and a really high snap.
Because Cangialdi wasn't even looking for the ball. So it wasn't like she called for it and was grabbing for it. She was just all of a sudden as surprised to see that thing flying the other direction as everybody else. Wow, tough break there for the Divas.
Now the Divas will have to punt.
Go back to punt and going to have to come out here and play defense and face this high-powered offense once again for the Boston Renegades. Boston almost in a punt safety. Now they're going to send somebody back. Here comes the kick. High kick is going to drop. A good Divas bounce there. Almost hit a Renegades player. Doesn't know, and they're going to settle it at the 29. So basically back where they started, where the Divas' last snap was. So that's where Boston will start with their second possession of the game in the 7-0 lead.
And that's almost like a turnover there as you're moving down the field.
Yeah, no question. That was a tough way because there's so many good things about that drive. You had a couple big plays. You had the great play for Scott to get you out of danger there on the first down play. But then, you have a drop ball, and then, Wilson comes back and makes a big catch after that and almost hit Wilson. What could have been a touchdown. Eventually, she'd not overthrown her. Instead, Divas have to punt it on that errant snap on third down, and now it's the Divas defense back out of the field pretty quickly, too. A little bit of a break, but not much of one. Allison Cahill out of the shotgun. She's got trips to her right, one receiver to her left, and here is the give to Pascal. Tries the right side, going to get stacked up. Great defense on the edge by the Divas.
Yeah, that's just a really good job by
Sniffing
Skeen,
that out.
keeping contain on the edge. Jen Gray over there as well on the tackle.
It's a loss of 1 officially, so 2nd and 11 coming up from the 28-yard line for the Boston Renegades. Again, Cahill out of the shotgun. Pascal's in the backfield. Trips to the right again, same formation. The other Pascal catches it with a little bubble screen action. He's got the first down and is taken down to the 40-yard line. So they get the 11 and then some back on a 12-yard 2nd and 11 play.
Well, this is one of Boston's favorite plays. They will hit this play right, they will hit this play left, and then they will go back right, and they will keep running those bubble screens until you can stop them.
Yeah, Stephanie Pascal so good after the catch. She's a real strong runner. Another little bubble out there on the right side. This one not blocked as well, but still a slippage of the tackle, and play still alive. Crossed into Divas territory, and that's going to be enough for another Renegades first down. That time Satoria Bell with the play.
Well, Kiana Ford missed a tackle there, nursing an injured shoulder. You have to wonder if she's going to be able to come up and really make hits.
Well, Bell's down on the far sideline. They're helping her up. She got hurt up on that play, it looks like. But here's the give to Pascal. Quick snap. Crosses close to the first down mark as she tries the right side. She's going to pick up, looks like 8 yards on the first down play.
You start to see the sense of urgency that this Boston team plays with. They never take a series off.
They
never take a play off. They're very precise, very accurate in what they do.
So Allison Cahill, again, with the hurry up, trips to her right, lone back Pascal. It's going to come off to the near side, throwing deep. She's got a man, and it's caught down at the Divas 11-yard line. And that is a big pass play on the second down to Adriana Smith.
Yeah, Adrian Smith, once again, 2 catches already in this game.
Adrian Smith with a big chunk play there. Gets it down to the Divas territory, deep in Divas territory. They're going to mark her down at the, I guess it's going to be the 14-yard line.
Still good.
So can get a first down before touchdown. Throws it up to the near side. Caught by Pascal. Jukes keeps on her feet, and she's going to get stacked up. Maybe a couple of yards in the play at best. As Angelica Pascal made one tackler miss. Kind of got a little forward lean going. Maybe picked up a couple yards.
Yeah, the Divas really not settled right now, trying to figure out who's getting out there to cover that person going in motion.
Allison Cahill's been extremely efficient. We were remarking about how she throws very few incompletions. Hands it to Pascal, who tries the right side. Stacked up behind the line of scrimmage. Big defensive play for the Divas there on first down.
Whitney Sims getting in on the tackle, bursting through the line from her linebacker spot.
Yeah, Sims with a big tackle there. So that brings up now third down. And the ball is going to be marked on the 15-yard line. So it moves back about 4 yards on the tackle. So it's going to be third and first down around 10-yard line. So about third and 11, they're going to officially call it. Third and 11, Cahill out of the shotgun, trips to her left. Again, Pascal remains the lone back on the right side. Pascal now going in motion to the right. She's going to go to the near side. The other Pascal catches it, cuts upfield, and she's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. Wow, that was too easy for Stephanie Pascal.
Well, you saw Blake coming in on a blitz from the middle, leaving the center of the field vacated. Once she beat her man, she was off to the races.
Allison Cahill to Stephanie Pascal makes it a 13-0 game as we await the PAT from Sarah Tully. And as you mentioned, they like to run those bubbles. They run with urgency, and they execute them very well. So 6:20 to go. Here's the extra point, and it is up and good. So 14-0, 6:20 to go in this first quarter. The Divas find themselves in a bit of a hole early. Let's take another look at the touchdown, Donna.
Yeah, you see just a quick little route. Once she got to the middle of the field, nobody there.
It looked like on the edge there, it was Ford, that was unhappy. It looked like she thought she was being held. She was yelling for the referees. You know, so maybe she was being held out there on the edge.
Little pick play looks like.
Maybe
nice,
a pick play
done
or
by
a
Boston.
whole. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're always on the edge in those kind of screen plays, whether or not they're they're picks or not, but they don't call them. You got to keep running them if you're the offense. And to this point, the Renegades have been terrific at it. 14-0, 6:20 to go in this first quarter. Tully set to kick it off, back to receive. Davis and Scott for the Divas. Last kickoff was a little bit tricky for the Divas. Scott had to scoop it up and fall on it at the 24. Here comes Tully. Renegades, that 14-0 lead. Another low one. This one's going to be taken by Davis. She takes it at the 30. Upfield to 35, looking for some room. He's going to get stacked up at the 37. Well, the Divas will have pretty good field position. They're going to give her forward progress, actually, at the 38, it looks like.
Yeah, you're going to see Boston do a lot of these short kickoffs, just try to kick the ball all over the place, and a number of times even trying to do onside kicks at any point in the game. They're one of the teams that are so tough on kickoffs because they really don't want to just kick it deep to your best receiver.
See the stat there from Know Who about Allison Cahill. Most quarterback wins in women's football history.
Against the Divas in
wow.
women's football history. Yeah, she's had the most success. The Divas have been pretty dominant against every team they face, and Allison Cahill is the one player who has had consistent success against the Divas throughout her career.
She's off to a quick start. Let's see if Amanda Congialdi and this Divas offense can answer here. Down by a couple scores. Early going, first quarter, or halfway through the first quarter, early going in the first half. 6:10 to go in the first. Congialdi back to pass. He's going to swing it out to Scott. Scott's got a lot of room on the far side of the field. 40, 45, 50. Inside to Renegades territory. She's got the 35-30. Down to the 25, taken down at the 21-yard line. Great play on first down, but oh no, we got laundry on the field. It's coming back.
Oh,
wow.
That's a heartbreaker.
That is a big-time heartbreaker for the Divas. Oh, wait for the official to sort this out, but looks like everybody's coming back up. What a great dialed-up play, and to have it erased on first down. Ow, that hurts. Let's see if we can see it. Is it out here on the edge somewhere? Where's the block? Is it going to be right here? Oh, I don't know about that. If that's what they're throwing a flag on, that's terrible.
Send that one back up to the official. Oh.
Yeah, block. No, he pointed the wrong way. He's having a hard time with the direction today.
My goodness.
He did that earlier on the touchdown pass, too. Kind of threw me off. But anyway.
Well, the officials also send these tapes back to their head official, and they look at them. So that might be something they want to talk about when they look at this film.
If that's what it was, that player was out of the play, and it wasn't even it probably wasn't even necessary is the tough part. So here's a first and real long here. Congialdi's rolling out. She's in trouble. She's going to have to keep running. And she's going to get stacked up, but she throws it away. See if they give her it, or they're going to call her in the grass. No, they're going to call it incomplete. So she saves some yardage by throwing it away. But, boy, she hung on that ball as long as she could. And now that's going to bring up a second and long.
I'd say Amanda's getting a little bit better of being able to just throw the ball away and not take a loss again on that play. Looks like she was looking for Lexi downfield on that play.
Yeah, so second down coming up for the Divas from their own 39-yard line. The first down marker is a 49, so it's actually a 2nd and 10. So that penalty was really at the first down marker when they backed them up. So that's the frustrating part of that one too. So I just wonder if if they could have gotten. It really didn't even seem like it was much of a penalty. So Congialdi here with a 2nd down, 10 coming up. Line to get to is the Divas 48 for a first down. Congialdi's got 2 receivers, so make that 3 receivers to her right, 1 to the left. Pitch out to Scott. She's going to try the near side. She's getting stacked up, strung up, but he stays at her feet and gets it to the 45. There might be a late hit there. The Divas sideline wanted it.
Man,
nope.
General came up with a big hit. Looked like it was out of bounds. All the Divas coaches on the sideline screaming for a penalty.
Dacia Scott's screaming for it, too. Well, that really looked well after the boundary, but no call. And that'll bring up 2nd down and about 6 or 4. No, third down. 3rd down at 6. They're going to make it a 3rd and 3 officially, according to the scoreboard at least. All right, so 3rd and 3 for the Divas, because the ball's at the 46. They need to get to about the 48.5. Give to Scott. Oh, up the middle, makes one player miss. Can't make another miss, and she's going to lose a yard. And that's going to bring a 4th down and about 4 yards to go. And Clark's coming out like they're going to punt. The offense is staying out there like they want to go for it, but now they're coming to the sideline as Clark's going to have to punt it away. Tough.
Well, the Divas are in a really tough spot here, already down 14-0.
Let's see the out-of-bounds play again. This is what the Divas were yelling about. Let's see. Out of bounds. Oh, yeah, by the net.
Yeah,
well, it was actually by, it was like a horse collar.
Kind of a face mask taken down out of bounds.
Yeah, it was beyond just being taken out of bounds. I think it's also kind of close to a horse collar, or as you said, maybe a face mask on the sideline.
You have to think the officials must have been shielded by the players on the sideline from being able to see that play.
Yeah, that's what the complaint was. It wasn't necessarily a late hit. It was the excess of it and how it happened. Clark with a good punt, end over end, bounces, going to sit up, and the Divas are going to down it at about the 28-yard line. So a third series coming up for this potent Boston Renegades offense. It's already put up 2 touchdowns on the board. They lead at 14-0 with 3:45 to go in this first quarter. We got more Divas football coming up after a quick timeout.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
Welcome back to the St. James. Divas trailing Boston by the score of 14-0. 3:45 to go in this first quarter of play. Allison Cahill and this Boston Renegades offense is out for the third time. So far 2 for 2 with scoring drives. And we got a flag. And they may have had too many players in the huddle. Let's see what the call is here. The refs are counting. Now they're saying they're bad. Disregard the flag. Well, officiating crew's off to an interesting start. 1st and 10. And the handoff, big hole, 30, 35-40, and taken down at the 45. The Renegades, a big play on first down from Ruth Mata, the first we've seen of Ruth Mata today. And she makes a big run on first down.
Well, Ruth Mata's a little change of pace back there. She's had 7 rushes for 66 yards this year and 3 touchdowns. Also averaging 9.4 yards per carry, so she's getting it done on the ground with that speed.
Yeah, they got a lot of weapons on this Renegades offensive team. Sarah Tully, who also kicks here on the near side wide. Hand again is to Mata. She tries the left side, another big run, cuts it across into Divas territory. She's going to be taken down about the 37-yard line after a big pickup on first down. Close to 20 yards on that play.
Tough when your safety has to come up and make that play on the running back so far deep. Boston continues to chunk it up on this DC Divas defense.
Yeah, they're really spreading them out, putting these receivers out there, and they're trying to get the numbers in the box, and they're running successfully on them. And again, Mata stays in the game. Cahill out of the shotgun. And they burned a timeout. The Divas have burned a timeout. Defense maybe needs to talk some stuff over. Certainly 2 big runs to start off this drive is not the way you want to come out of that exchange for the Divas. You're trying to stop the momentum of this Boston team.
Well, Coach Willie Bennett, the defensive coordinator for the DC Divas, has really done a good job of installing a defense, but this is a very young team. This is a very inexperienced team, and so every game, every snap, every play they come out, they're learning, they're getting better, they're still trying to figure out what they need to do. And they've really got to get settled here, because if this Boston team comes down and scores right here, they're going to be back in the same position they were last year when they were down by 22 points and had to come back for that victory.
Well, the thing that kills you, a lot of this stuff, Don, it's handoffs, right? It's a bubble screen. It's not like they're stretching you downfield and killing you over the top. I mean, it's just quick hitting stuff. And right now, you just kept catching people out of position, and they're obviously not getting off their blocks.
Yeah, they've always done it with that bubble screen and tunnel screen. They keep getting those balls out there so quickly. And you practice that, but if you don't make tackles, like our key to the game, you've got to make the tackle.
Yep, good call by you. And again, big 1st and 10 here. Handoff, Mata trying the right side, going wide and getting strung out. She cuts it up, nice cut, gets to the 30, and down into the Divas 26-yard line, around the 27 maybe, where she's stacked up close to a first down. She might be right on the marker. We'll see what the spot is. Yes, indeed, they gave the first down call. And big run for Mata on first down. Boy, she's been a spark plug right off the bench. I mean, these
Just great
every
job
play.
of using her block there. Crowd's starting to get restless here at the St. James, looking for a big play out of this DC Divas defense.
So 1st and 10. Cahill out of the shotgun. Mata stays in there. 2 receivers on each side. Hands it to Mata, who's going to try the left side. Another good run for Mata. This time maybe just 5 yards, but still effective run. Gets her to the Divas 20, where it'll be a second
And that's
down and about
Mason
3 coming
and
up.
Claggett in on the tackle.
So they gave her 5, so the marker to get to is 15 for the first down. So 2nd and 5 coming up. Cahill again with Mata in the backfield. Pascal's in there now as well. Stephanie Pascal in the backfield. And Mata this time gets stacked up. Big defensive play for the Divas. Good penetration from Claggett.
Yeah, and that's Blake, the linebacker, coming in, who's down now on the play.
Yeah, Claggett and Blake making it happen there. And you're right, it is Blake that is on the ground. And we got an injury timeout with 1:33 to go in this first quarter. You hate to see that.
Yeah, Blake, one of our up-and-coming rookies. She's been a recruiter in the Navy. Now she's going to be training the SEALs and people that are going off to try to become some of our armed forces. Been really big for us stepping in as a rookie to start at middle linebacker.
Yeah, you saw her come in there, make the play, and then Big Baby came in and cleaned it up. And they finally solved Mata on that play, and there was a loss of 2. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. This is a big third down. I mean, Divas like to at least get off the field with just maybe a field goal attempt. And in order if you could stop them on downs, even better.
Yeah, this is a key series here for the DC Divas defense.
Be tough to go down 3 scores against this offense. The tempo they're playing with and the fact that they're running it the way they are. Fast moving tempo to this Renegades offense is advertised. 1:33 to go in the first. 3rd and 7 coming up. Big play of the game here for the Divas. Trips to the left here on the near side, 1 to the far. And again, it's Cahill out of the shotgun. This time she's going to give it to Pascal. She's going to try the right side. She's going to try to cut up the field towards the first down marker, and she might have it, and I think she does. Wow. 3rd and 7, and they run the football, and they run it effectively.
She just picked her way through that defense, setting up her blocks nicely.
Angelica Pascal, who had been out most of the series, and then comes in and makes it happen there. It is a Boston first down from the Divas' 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Cahill waiting out of the shotgun again. Pascal stays in the game. Angelica Pascal, the leading rusher, throws it out to the right side. Almost picked off, but caught and taken down close to the first down marker. That was a dangerous pass, really, but it worked out well for him as Satoria Bell makes it work.
Well, it looks like Mara Lockhart had a beat on that ball.
Kind of threw a little bit of the duck, did Cahill there, but Satoria Bell did a good job coming back to it, pulling the ball in, and then had the presence of mind to get upfield and gain about 7 yards to make it a 2nd and 3. Handoff, this time stacked up in the backfield. Good job as they get Pascal back there.
Blake coming on a blitz right there to take the running back as he gets the handoff.
Yeah. Well done by the Divas defense now. Brings up the 3rd down.
Yeah, the Divas are going to really have to look at their run blitzing and things that they can do to stop or slow down this running attack.
So 3rd down and 7 coming up, as that was a loss of 4. Big 3rd down here for the Divas. Again, this clock's about to run out the first quarter, and they did. That's going to be it of the first quarter. We're going to switch sides, I believe. Yeah, and that'll do it. End of the first quarter play. Big 3rd and 7 coming up when we come back on the other side as the Divas try to get a stop here against the Renegades, trailing 14-0 as we're coming at you with Divas football here from the St. James.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
At dmvstream.com, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at dmvstream.com. That's dmvstream.com.
Welcome back to St. James. We get ready for a big 3rd and 8. They're calling it 3rd and 8. Divas trying to get off the field here, trailing 14-0 as we start the second quarter of play. Boston Renegades have scored on both of their drives. As their third drive. Back to pass. Cahill over there in a wide open. Pascal touchdown. We got flags though. Let's see what the call is. But Pascal scores. It's Stephanie Pascal. And they're calling pass interference, I believe, on the offense. That's how she got wide open.
Must have happened early in the route. She was covered by Whitney Sims.
That's a big break for the Divas. They needed that. And we're going to watch it again. And she pushed off. Boy. She's kind of separated. She was getting bumped to the line, and she just kind of moved for separation. Unless they were calling again, maybe it was a pick play that we didn't see. I was watching Pascal. Interesting. But that's the call. So that's going to back up the Renegades all the way back to the 20-yard line. And the line to get is the 14, so it's going to be – actually going to keep moving them back. They're going to be at the 24-yard line. And they're still moving backwards. All right, the official is going to put it at the 28. So this is a 3rd and 24 coming up. Big penalty. 3rd and 24. Divas trying to get off the field. Cahill finds the receiver wide open. Going to have to tackle. And down close and to the first down marker. Right on the markers. Beneke. Oh, Emily Beneke, I think, has a first down.
And you know the Divas coaches are going nuts saying, don't let her inside, don't let her inside. And right off the bat, she gets inside.
And are they saying first down? I believe they did give the signal for first down. So 1st and goal coming up. Huge play. It's twice the Renegades have been backed up. And they've gotten it back immediately.
Do your job.
Yep, Allison Cahill out of the shotgun. Angelica Pascal gets the ball. Going to try the left side towards the end zone and leans in and waiting for the officials. They're going to say down at the 1. So 2nd and goal coming up from about, boy, can't get any closer to the goal line than she did there. About an inch away. So Cahill out of the bad snap and straight to Pascal. Touchdown. Too easy.
I think that's an intentional direct snap to Pascal.
I think you're right. I think it was an intentional direct snap. And Cahill sold it by acting like she was chasing the ball. And that's a 20-0 lead now for the Renegades here in the early second quarter, 14 to go. The Divas have got to try to get some momentum somehow, some way on this next drive.
You know, this game's starting to feel a little reminiscent of last year when the Divas fell behind. Fortunately, last year they had a big push to come back and win that game. Let's see if they have it in them this evening.
Tully for the extra point, high snap, and she drills it. So 21-0, 14 to go in the first half. It has been all Renegades here so far. 3 for 3 on their drives, ending in touchdowns. See if the Divas can respond here with their offense. Boston, of course, we said they have been just dominating teams, beating the New York Wolves 68-14. And they also, on the season, are averaging 64.5 points a game.
Yeah, they've been remarkable, and they are the defending national champions. This is the team to beat. Now, the Divas were given a 23% chance to win, and so far they haven't even taken that 23% chance yet. So let's hope the Divas kick it in gear and make this a game.
Well, every time the Divas get some momentum with whether it's a penalty or a big play of their own, they either go backwards, or they have a penalty, or they make a big play and get a call back on a penalty on offense. And defensively there, you just can't give up a 3rd and 24.
Well, they've stopped themselves so far.
Yeah, right. I mean, 3rd and 24, you've got to get off the field. So here comes Tully with a kick. This time she puts some air under it. Davis is going to take it. It's going to come over towards Scott. Pitches it to Scott, who's got it at the 25, 30, 35. Scott going to get it towards the 38. So a little razzle-dazzle. Gets him about 13 yards.
Hey, the Divas got to do what they got to do to move this ball down the field, try to get this crowd livened up here, get this offense going.
Yeah, you got to get Deja Scott going, get her in some space maybe see if Cangialdi's going to go try to stretch the field here. Here's the replay again. I like it. Kind of pull the coverage team in. It's a good field position here for the Divas at their own 39. 1st and 10, trying to respond here, trailing 21-0 in this early second quarter. 4 wide, 2 on each side, and Scott, the lone back, coming in motion. The receiver to the far side is Gainey. Cangialdi gets it over to Wilson, who drops it. Oh, second drop for Katrina Wilson.
Yeah, and that was a big one because she had Scott coming around the edge for a potential toss there, and big play averted.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Divas. Of course, last time Wilson had a drop, Cangialdi went back to her, and they made a big play together. We'll see what they do here. Again, the 4 wide look with 2 on each side. Scott stays in the game as the lone back. It's like the Divas need to have something good happen on offense here on this drive. It's important. They hand it to Scott. Tries the left side, and she's going to maybe get a yard. That's it. So stout defense from the Renegades. Renegades sideline, you can hear from over here, Donna. They're having fun. They're hooting and hollering.
Yeah, that big D-line up front. Laura Pola getting up in there with the tackle. Pola, Fournier, and Harrison doing a great job on the D-line up front for the Boston Renegades.
So Cangialdi out of the shotgun. 3rd and 8, they're going to call it officially for the Divas. I'm going to try to keep this. Certainly the last thing I want to do is give the ball right back to Boston, trailing 21-0. Again, 4 wide, look. There's a shotgun snap. Cangialdi's got some time. She's going deep. She's got Wilson into coverage. They're going to call a flag on it. I think it's going to be pass interference on Boston. Let's wait for the call, but looks like the Divas are going to convert a first down off the penalty. Yep, pass interference is the call on the Renegades.
Yeah, the defender got there early, made a little contact.
Good job, though, Cangialdi going downfield. Because, again, you throw it downfield, some good things can happen.
Yeah, and Katrina being one of those big plays has been a Boston killer. Yeah, and you see 44 just get there.
Yeah, it was double coverage there, too, but they just ran into her early. So Divas needed that to get out of their own territory. And into Boston territory. I think Missy Bedwell is on the sideline over here with an injury, too. That's something to keep our eyes on. Of course, the Divas center. So the exchange looks here on this 1st and 10. Good snap. Cangialdi back to pass. She's under pressure. She's trying to step up. She's going to flip it out to Scott, who catches it. And they're going to call it incomplete, luckily. Ooh, for a minute there, I thought that was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, kind of lucky on that play. Nothing really bad happened.
Able to live for another play. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Divas in their own 45, and they are playing now with their backup center. Is that Jen Gray in there, or did they slide somebody over? I'm trying to see the numbers, but it's always tough when you have play a shotgun offense and you change centers in the middle of the game, let alone the middle of the series. Cangialdi. Interesting formation here. They have 3 backs in the backfield. Handoff, little ending around, and big run. Close to the first down markers, not quite there. That's going to be Gainey. Yeah. Shaquanda Gainey, Q-tip.
Q-tip's got a lot of speed coming around the edge, taking that ball. You see General also has a lot of speed to catch up to her and make that tackle.
I think they're going to call it short of the first down marker, by about a couple yards. So big 3rd and 2 coming up here for the Divas, and just feel like every drive here is almost must score at this point.
And you have Shannon Whitehead in at center. Shannon has been out with an injury so far this year, so she's been rehabbing and getting better. Looks like she's able to go now. But Missy's out.
Boston's burning a timeout, so that's their 2nd timeout they've taken. And again, both on defense. So they'll take a break, and we will take a break as the Divas trail Boston 21-0.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
Welcome back to the St. James. See the Divas, Missy Bedwell there getting worked on the sideline. That's the starting center.
Well, Bedwell has a broken, fractured, and dislocated finger that is got pieces and chunks in it. She is playing through that as a center, a very, very tough thing. That finger is probably killing her right now. Whatever happened to it in that last series, she's in a lot of pain down there.
Well, we're coming out of the timeout that Boston called. It's a 3rd and 2 for the Divas at the Boston 37, and pre-snap penalty.
Just kills them.
Oh, absolutely kills them. It was 3rd and 2. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 7 for the Divas. From the Boston 37, now they're going to be backed up to the 42. It's a lot of mistakes, self-inflicted stuff here from the Divas early, and you got to give Boston a lot of credit for what they've done as well. But Divas are not making it any easier on themselves.
Well, Whitehead coming in at center has not practiced there a lot, being injured, being out.
Yep.
She's going to have to come in and pick up flawlessly if we're going to have a chance at this game.
So 3rd and 7. Cangialdi fakes the pitch, rolls to her left. She's under pressure. She's trying to get away from it. That could have been a face mask, and she's going to throw it away. And she pulled it. She's asking for the face mask. Unfortunately, neither one of these referees was in position to see it. You and I could see it because she's coming right towards us.
Yeah, and all the crowd, everyone's
yeah,
calling for it.
Her back is to the refs. Oh, that's a shame. So that's 4th and 7 now. I think the Divas are going to stay on the field offensively. They kind of have to at this point. Just under 12 minutes to go, 11:59 to be exact in this first half, down 21-0. Let's look at it again right here, face mask.
There you go.
But again, the referees' backs are away from it. Her back is the refs, I should say. They can't see it. They weren't in a position to make the call. You hate to see that. Wow.
Tough break for the Divas.
Really bad break. All right, 4 wide, 2 on each side. Scott's the lone back for Cangialdi. Big 4th down, 4th and 7. Divas trying to get something going here. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. Cangialdi, she's going to throw it out the right side and well off the mark and incomplete. Was it Floor the intended target? No, that wasn't Floor.
That's Alenzak, who had 4 catches last week in her opening game with the Divas, just not connecting tonight.
Yeah, Alenzak, and it was way off. So they turn it over on downs to the Divas, and that's the bad part. Not even the worst part. The worst part is Boston's offense gets to get back on the field.
Well, the Divas in a very unfamiliar place here.
Yeah.
Just in their history, they have not been down a lot, and they have not been down by 21 points that many times in their Diva history.
Yeah, and 42, their own 42, Boston will come up with a half field. And we see what Boston's done here offensively so far. You don't need to give them short fields, but I understand why the Divas went for it. You needed to try to create some momentum. Well, that illegal procedure on 3rd and 2 is a killer. Here's a high snap, but a handoff. That's Matt. A big run, 50 to the 40. Inside Divas territory at the 30, down to the 25. Going to be pulled down at the 22. Big run on 1st down from Ruth Mata. All she's done is make plays.
Well, the Divas' entire defensive line was in the backfield, and Mata squeezed through there for a big gain.
30-yard run on 1st down, making a 31-yard run on 1st down for Mata. Well, she has been a spark plug when she's gotten her opportunities. She'll get it again. This time she's going to try the left side, stand on her feet. Inside the 20, down to about the 17, maybe 18, I guess they'll call her down there. So pick up a 3. So Ruth Mata, the backup running back to Angelica Pascal. So paying dividends here in the early going of this ball game for the Boston Renegades. So Allison Cahill again out of the shotgun. The give to Mata, left side. She's got the 15, on her feet, 10, 5, touchdown. Ruth Mata, 18-yard touchdown run, makes it 27-0.
Blake's just really down right now. She had a shot at making that tackle, did not. And once again, Mata in for a touchdown.
She's a tough change of pace back, isn't she?
That's her 4th touchdown of the season, and you can see why she comes in and really makes a difference for this Boston team.
Tully's going to come on for the extra point. And just like that, Divas turn it over on downs, and Boston makes them pay with a quick drive. And Tully's got the extra point, but there was flags before the kick. We'll see what the call is. So they took over at the 40, their own 47, so a 53-yard drive that ends in a touchdown for the Boston Renegades. It was on Boston. We thought it was on Boston.
Officials still trying to sort it out.
No, I guess it wasn't. Maybe it was just they weren't ready for the kick. I don't know.
All right, we'll re-kick.
They're kicking from the same spot, so nobody's moving back. Low snap. Here's the kick from Tully, and it is good. So Tully 4 for 4 to the PATs makes it a 28-0 Boston lead with 10:49 to go in this first half.
And this crowd is just shocked. Everyone kind of dumbfounded on what's going on here.
Let's look at this Ruth Mata touchdown. How did she get through that crowd?
Well, right there, nice move.
She just picked her way, a nice couple little cuts, and boom, she found the daylight. She's got some afterburners, too.
Yeah, and you can really see how this young defense is having trouble responding to the veteran offense. Didn't have that problem against Pittsburgh. Were able to kind of settle down, and Pittsburgh obviously had the injury with their quarterback, which changed the dynamic. But this defense definitely showing some weakness tonight.
Back to receive for the Divas. Once again, Deja Scott and Janiah Davis. Tell you what, a kickoff return for a touchdown would be nice here for the Divas. They need to make something happen. Get on the scoreboard. The team's shell-shocked right now. As you said, the crowd kind of shocked by it as well. Low squibber. Davis muffs it. Picks it up at the 20. He's going to run to the near side. And she's still trying to get to the 20, and she's not going to get to the 20. Take it down to the 19. Oh.
And
a late flag. There's a horse collar. Yeah, it's a late flag, and she was pulled down by the horse collar. We got refs throwing helmets or hats off and punches thrown.
And then we need to make sure players stay off the field and get settled. This is not a team that we want to have any kind of distraction with. For those that can remember back up in Boston, way back early on, there was a huge brawl in Boston that both of these teams came away really hurting from, and we do not want to let their emotions get to that level during this game.
We'll see it again. I'm wondering, too, if she was pulled down more by the hair or the neck. Either way, the refs flagged it. Trying to get a look here on this replay. Coming up right at the end here. Now, it's definitely might have been a face mask, actually. Anyway, the ref's all over it. Then, obviously, Davis takes exception to the way she's taken down. Then she gets hit in the face. And then the refs throwing flags and hats. Oh. She's been ejected. Janiah Davis has been ejected. Oh, wow.
Oh, that is tough.
So the Divas got the 15 yards for the illegal horse collar or the face mask, whatever they called it. And then the unsportsmanlike moves it back on the Divas, and Davis gets ejected. Wow.
Well,
It's been the kind of night for the Divas, though, hasn't it?
They have a very strict fighting and no punch throwing policy. They do not allow that. And in this league, they are very strict about that. Players keeping their cool.
Well, she definitely got up and took exception to
Divas.
tackle for sure and gave a little shove to the tackler in the face. But then I thought the tackler came up and hit her with a punch as well, which apparently they ignored.
It did look like it was the Boston player. They're going to have to go back and review that film to see if they accurately threw out the correct player. It might have been the Boston player that did actually.
The Boston player definitely threw a punch coming up, but I think maybe they're saying Davis threw the initial punch, which got it going. But nonetheless, Davis is out. Divas in a hole here on offense, trying to make something happen. Congialdi's going deep. She's got a receiver out there, and it's caught. And Congialdi's got it into Boston territory. As Floor, who is one of the ones to watch, makes the big catch.
Well, Floor is going to be one of the best route runners that you see in women's football. She gets into and out of her breaks so well. Nice job getting ahead of the defender, and her and Amanda have really done a great job of developing some timing in their short time together.
Beautiful pass by Congialdi, Amanda Congialdi as well. Let's look at it again. She's put this in a rope, doesn't she? Look at that.
And you can see Flora's speed out there.
Live action here. We got a good run going on. And broken through the secondary down to the 27 as the Divas now got a little momentum as Cortina Pope
The
in the game.
Pope-mobile.
The Pope-mobile gets it going. So 2 big plays in a row for the Divas. See if they can ride this in.
Pope running with a little determination on her first run of the game. Makes a couple players miss, bounces off a couple defenders.
So 1st and 10 at the Renegades 27 for the Divas.
A little bit of life in this Divas team.
Suddenly, maybe that ejection might have woke him up. Congialdi out of the shotgun. High snap. She grabs it. She's looking for somewhere to go. She's just going to get smothered after about a 7-yard loss at the 35.
Yeah, a couple of snap issues with the new center in so far. Divas trying to get settled.
Well, that's tough. Bad time for that. The Divas were getting some momentum going. Again, trying to get on the scoreboard in this game. Trail 28-0, 9:30 to go in the first half. It's going to bring up 2nd and 14 for the Divas. Pope stays in the game. You got 4 wide, 2 on each side of Congialdi. She's back to pass. She's rolling to her right under pressure. Comes back to her left. They're strong arm. Throwing towards the end zone. Wide open. It's caught and a touchdown as the Divas strike. Lexi Floor again on a big play. The Divas are finally on the board.
Well, Boston had 2 people blitzing on the inside linebackers. Left Lexi out there in one-on-one coverage. She beats the defender. Actually has no defender on her. Makes such a good route. Clean into the end zone.
Interesting play. When we see it again. Was it a design for her to roll right and then turn her body and come back to her left, which obviously her strong side is a left-handed quarterback? But it looked like she was starting off to her right, and then she just kind of spun around. I don't know if that was part of the play design because Flora was wide open.
Well, Amanda's actually very good at rolling either direction.
Oh, no, high snap on the – oh, no. On the extra point, ball's in the ground, covered up. Oh. Kind of night it's been for the Divas. You get something good happen and then something negative happens. Can't get the extra point off, so it's going to stay a 28-6 game. Here's the replay. Watch Concha. She's rolling to her right, and then she gets in trouble. She stops on a dime, and she knew the receiver was going to be there.
That is just her making a play. And I think actually she was planning on coming out to the right. They were on a all-out blitz. They had 2 linebackers blitzing up the middle. One was in her face, and you can see how athletic she is to turn and stop. And she can actually roll either way and throw a strong ball. One of the most incredible quarterbacks in women's football.
She's got a great arm. I mean, to throw that ball, as you said, coming back after kind of being under duress, and to have the composure to, when she clears the side there. I mean, she had no idea it was waiting on the other end when she spun around.
Well, she's very good also at knowing where all of her receivers are going to be. So if she gets in trouble, she knows where her receivers are going to be, and she trusts them to go out there and make a play.
Nice backyard football play by the quarterback.
And they're going to need to get a player in on kickoff for silent. Janiyah Davis, one of their kickoff specialists.
It's always a trickle down when you lose somebody. It's the tough part of it. So the Divas lose their center tonight, to an injury, and they, Bedwell, and then you get an ejection in Janiyah Davis.
And the corner was the one position the Divas had veteran players on both ends. Now they're going to have to put somebody else out there who doesn't have quite as much experience.
Entwistle with a high pop-up kick, and it's handled at the 40, 45 to the 50, and to the 48. That's Genero, who is, of course, one of the big star defensive player, Allie Genero, who catches the pop-up kick there and gets it into Divas territory. That's where Boston will take over. 8:59 to go in this first half. 28-6 Boston. So at least the Divas stopped the bleeding a little bit. Of course, it was a 28-0 start for the Boston Renegades before the Divas got on the board there. See if that puts some life into this defense, Pascal with the give. She's got the first down and then some, and she's going to get it across to the 38-yard line. Boy, they're just doing whatever they want on offense. Angelica Pascal.
Sure make it look easy.
Yeah, they really do. So Cahill again out of the shotgun. Pascal is the lone back. He's got 2 wides on the near side. Some confusion on the Diva sideline. Pascal kind of stutter steps, gets started to 30, 25 to the 20, where she'll be taken down by Johnson. But another first down.
Too many missed tackles.
I don't know if the Divas had enough players on the field that time. There was a sub tried to come in late. then they stopped her, or they at least didn't think they did. They were confused about their personnel. That didn't look right from the start, and Pascal with a good 10-plus yard run on a little stop and start. So Boston once again in the red zone at the 20 of the Divas. Here comes Pascal. She's got the 15. She's going to go lean forward and going to get to about the 14-yard line, maybe the 13.
Yeah, you just kind of wonder if Boston's going to make any mistakes here. They've been just doing things flawlessly from the start.
Yeah, they have. I mean, the Divas really could. They need a turnover. You saw them trying to strip the ball at the end of the play on Pascal. Then you make something happen. Quick pitch to Pascal, left side. She's got the first down. She's got the 5, and she's got the end zone. Touchdown, Boston, just like that. Quick response from the Renegades.
Well, that was too easy. They had Blake on a middle linebacker blitz. Once she blitzed up the middle, Pascal got to the edge. There was nobody else out there.
They just seemed to be able to get the edge whenever they wanted. It's been killing the Divas defense there the entire game. So it's 34-6. 7:41 to go in this first half. So the momentum was short-lived for the Divas.
As you look at Tully here, she is one of the most accurate extra point kickers in the game.
She's got a strong foot, and she drills it. And a little wide left. All right, there you go.
Excellent.
Good job.
See, it works every time.
Good job, Donna. So 34-6. Boston on top, though. Wow, 28-point lead. Here's the replay of the Angelica Pascal run right off the edge. There's nobody in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and you see number 10, Adrian Smith, down there, wide receiver, blocking the corner. Just nobody else anywhere to make a play.
Yeah, I mean, not even within 10 yards of her, and the field was only at like 15 yards at that point. So,
yeah, their outside linebackers need to do a better job of getting upfield, setting the edge, and really pressing them back inside. Boston's doing a great job of getting to the edge and then making one person miss, and it's off to the races.
Well, now that Davis is out, there's going to be another returner trying to see who's back here with Scott.
They're going to put, let's see who that is.
It's going to be Gainey. Shaquanda Gainey.
They'll put Q-Tip back there.
Yeah, Q-Tip's going to go back there. So Tully getting ready to kick it off. You got Gainey and Scott deep to receive for the Divas. Standing at their own 25-yard line. Tully's going to kick it to Gainey. Gainey's going to pick it up and take it 30, 35, 40. Guys, the near sideline 45, close to the 50-yard line before she's knocked out of bounds. So nice return by Gainey, who gets the kickoff return duties with Davis out of the game after the ejection.
Well, Gainey, just another one of those players that can always take it to the house. She has such great feet, great speed. Wears the green on her shoes, honoring her mom, who's has some health challenges, and a lot of players wearing green ribbons as well in honor of Q-Tip's mom.
They're going to say she was down to the 47, it looks like. So Divas will start this drive, their own 47-yard line, 7:34 to go in the first half. They're going to need to respond once again as Boston answered the Divas' first touchdown of the game quickly. Looks like Pope is the lone back. It's Congialdi. She's got two wide receivers left, two to her right. She's trying to get Blakey in motion. There's some confusion, and we got whistles and the timeout burned by the Divas. Yeah, I don't know if Dana Blakey was supposed to go in motion or what happened there, but the Divas burn a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout as well with 7:20 to go here in this first half.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
Welcome back to the St. James Fieldhouse as the Divas trail Boston 34-6 here in this first half. 7:17 to go. Divas had to burn a timeout with some confusion, and their first down play from their own 47-yard line. Angela Congialdi out of the shotgun. Pope is the lone back. Here comes Blakey, the same play they were trying to run before the timeout. They had to burn it. She goes in motion. Congialdi's going deep. She's got floor, and it is a catch inbounds. And they're going to mark her out of bounds at the 28, but it is a good catch and a big play for Lexi Floor once again.
Well, great job, play design by the Divas. With that motion, that left Floor one-on-one out there with number 44, Sammy Bloom, and she just beats her off the snap.
Yeah, well designed play, as you said, to get that one-on-one and that isolation out there, a little isolation game by the Divas. Pope stays in the game. She's on the right of Congialdi, who's now trying to move her over to her left. Again, the 4-wide look for the Divas. Here on 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line of the Renegades. Here's a snap. Congialdi's going to run it up the middle. Takes it to the right side. He's going to have to go wide. She slips a tackle. She's still on her feet. She might want to get down. Yeah, and she's going to probably get a no gain, maybe a yard. I think they're going to give her a yard.
Congialdi likes to run.
She does, but that was looking a little dangerous at the end.
But when you have those kind of people coming off the edge, you got to go down.
Yeah, she got down finally, but she didn't give up easily, did she?
Oh, she never gives up.
That was a little
easy.
dangerous right here when she came back and she's running into the traffic.
Right there is where you're vulnerable.
Yeah, you're really vulnerable there. We saw that last week or 2 weeks ago with Pittsburgh's quarterback, with Baker, trying to extend the play with the injury. So you got trips to the left of Congialdi. One receiver to the far side right is Wilson. Megatron's over there on isolation. Be interested to see which way Congialdi goes. Wilson's now coming in motion to the near side as well. Here's the snap, and it's a give to Pope, who's going to get stacked up. That didn't fool anybody on the defensive line of the Renegades. Wow. Great penetration.
That's Danielle Harrison coming up with a big tackle. She just fires right off the line. Pope ends up right in her arms for a loss on the play.
So loss, it looks like 3, or make that 4 now. 3rd and 14 coming up for the Divas.
And the Divas stopped by getting all the receivers over there to get some extra blockers. They forgot about that defensive end.
This time they bring it in a little tighter with 2 receivers on each side of Congialdi. Here's the snap, a little high when she handles it. She's going to go load up downfield again. She's got Floor, who catches it inside the 10-yard line down to the 5. Lexi Floor and Amanda Congialdi hook up on a deep one again.
Well, Floor can win that matchup anytime she has it. If Amanda sees it, she should be calling her number every play. Floor has the footwork, the route running ability, and she's faster and a little taller than Bloom. What a great play, getting the Divas down in scoring position.
Yeah, 1st and goal to goal from the 6-yard line. So that was about a pickup of 26 for the Divas. So here's a big 1st and goal for the Divas, an opportunity to kind of chip a little bit back into that deficit, get those points back they gave up on the last drive. So Pope in the backfield, lone back to the right. 2 receivers on each side of Congialdi. She's going to do the quarterback sneak up the middle. Not going to quite get there. Maybe gets it inside the 5. And, yeah, just to the 5, actually. So just a pickup of 1. Tough running in there for the Divas.
Well, Amanda looks up and she sees both the linebackers up on a blitz. Kind of thinks the middle's a little bit open.
They're going to take, you know what? I think, did her helmet get knocked off?
Yeah, her helmet did
So she has to come out for a play.
Clark, backup coming in.
Clark's going to come in here. This is interesting. That's tough to do for a backup here on a 2nd and goal to goal from the 5-yard line. Or actually going to say it's the 4-yard line. So
Clark, one of those really talented rookies, a receiver, backup quarterback, punter, little outside linebacker. She does it all.
And she got some playing time, remember, in the Pittsburgh game, so it's not like she's coming in completely cold. Here's the give to Pope. She's going to get almost caught in the backfield. She breaks the tackle, then gets stacked up around the 6. And it's going to be a loss on the play of 2.
That's Beinecke, the wide receiver, coming up, playing outside linebacker for him this game, makes the stop.
So Congialdi checks back in on the 3rd down and goal. They're going to call it the 6-yard line. And then, of course, the Divas at this point, you got to think this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, Divas need points at this point.
Yeah, they need touchdowns. And at some point in this game, they need to get some stops. So Scott is in the game now. Deja Scott in for the first time on this series as the Divas try to cash in here. 3rd and goal from the 7. Congialdi has got Scott to her right, 2 receivers on each side. Here's the snap. Congialdi back to pass. Looking to her right under pressure, and she's going to get stacked up and sacked. Wow. Good defensive pass rush that time from the Renegades.
Once again, blitzing linebackers. coming off the edge. Just too much for the Divas offensive line to handle.
Laura Pula, I think, cleaned up that play and might have gotten the sack, but you're right, the linebackers make it happen for him. There's a bunch of, you can give a lot of people a sack there. Actually, like 3 Renegades that got their hands on Congialdi.
Oh, big 4th down play here.
4th and goal, and we get a timeout from the Renegades. So the Renegades are going to burn a timeout. 2:49 to go in this first half. Divas trail 34-6. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Return to Divas football.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
DMVstream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVstream.com. That's DMVstream.com.
Fourth and goal for the Divas coming up at the 12-yard line. Trailing in this game 34-6. 2:49 to go in the first half. Lone backs Deja Scott. Congialdi out of the shotgun. He's got 4 wide, 2 on each side. Back to pass. She's got some time. She's stepping up. Now she's scrambling. Now she's in trouble. She's rolling left, trying to keep it alive and tucking it. She's not going to get there. Taken down, and the Divas are going to turn it over on downs.
Tough to see as you sit here and see Allison Hamlin, the all-time leading quarterback for the DC Divas, and Grigsby, the all-time leading running back, 2 of the Diva greats. Also Monica Livingston watching the action, trying to figure out what the Divas need to do to settle themselves down and score.
Yeah, the play, pretty good coverage there, although it looked like she could have settled in. She had some options to her right, but by the time she started scrambling, it was over.
Yeah.
So Divas can't cash in. That's a tough break there. Right before half, you'd like to get some points. And now, with 2:40 to go, and this Renegades offense out here, you just hope to keep them off the scoreboard one last time this quarter, which Divas have not been able to do yet. Renegades have scored on every single drive. Here's a Cahill deep shot, and it's tipped and almost picked off, and almost actually on the tip caught. But good defense there from the Divas secondary.
And looks like we have a flag in the backfield somewhere in the
So Adrian Smith
area of holding
was the intended receiver. Well, that's going to back up. That'll back up the Renegades. And, of course, the clock stops with the incompletion. So 2:34 to go in this first half of play.
And that was Courtney Wright, who is in for Davis.
So Courtney Wright was the player that made the big play there.
Courtney was a receiver with the Divas last year, came back this year playing a little DB.
That was the longest pass Cahill's thrown in the game by far. Cahill out of the shotgun. It's to give to Pascal right up the middle. She cuts through the first line of defense, but then gets knocked down before she gets to 10. So good defense for the Divas.
Jen King coming up with a big hit. First time we've called her name. Jen just joined the Divas this week. She's been down in Carolina. In fact, Jen was the first female intern hired by the Carolina Panthers. She spent training camp working with the wide receivers. Nice to see her on the field with the Divas.
They actually marked the ball back even further than where Pascal was tackled. I don't know what that was about. That's interesting. So it still says first down on the markers, too. That can't be right.
Well, there was a penalty on the first play.
Okay, and then they call a penalty on this last play, maybe? Maybe that's why it didn't count. So it's 1st and 19, it says. Cahill back to pass under pressure. She's going to get sacked. She throws it away. That doesn't get to the line of scrimmage. That should be a safety, right?
That will be a safety.
I don't know. We don't have a mark yet. The referees are talking it over. That should be a safety. See the Divas sideline making the safety sign. Now they throw a flag for intentional grounding, which will be a safety. Yes. So the Divas defense gets on the board. 34-8 now with the safety, and the Divas will get the ball in the free kick with 1:56 to go before halftime.
Well, if they're going to have a comeback, it's got to start somewhere.
Exactly. Well, I mean, here's the big thing. You finally showed some life defensively on this past series, and granted the field position helped you out, but, Boston was showing you no respect as they were dropping back and still trying to throw to the end zone.
Well, yeah, and Boston traditionally has just been one of the best teams at making adjustments at the half. But this half, the Divas are the ones that are going to have to really sit down and figure out what they're going to do to make some adjustments so they can cover these receivers and really those running backs just getting through the middle, missing tackles, being in the wrong position. They've
just owned the line of scrimmage, which is one of their keys coming in. They've not turned the ball over. They played a clean game in that regard. And the Divas, when they've had a little bit of momentum, they've seemed to give it back immediately, whether it's been penalties or just not getting off the field defensively when they've had some third and long opportunities to do so. So the Divas here with a chance to have a good field position and certainly plenty of time to get some points on the board before halftime with 1:56 to go.
And the kickoff or the punt from the 20 after a safety, and she will kick the ball from the ground.
So Gainey and Scott back again to receive, standing around their own 40, shy of their own 40. So the Divas with a chance to get some really good field position. Tully, though, can boot it. We've talked about her kicking off and PAT ability. She kicks a good one there. It's going to skip. Scott's going to chase it. It's going to go out of bounds, though. And it's going to be a penalty. So Divas will get some pretty good field position off of this exchange with 1:56 to go.
Well, with 2 minutes left, they really just want to take one drive. They want to get a little balance of run pass, try to move the ball down, and get a score going into the end of this half and see if they can put this game in a little more manageable position.
Yeah, the main thing is just don't leave any time left for this Renegades offense to get back out there either. If you can get points and make sure you go on the halftime. And the Divas do get the ball, remember, Donna, first part of the second half. So you get a 2-for-1 here essentially, or really a 2 and a 2-for-1. 2 touchdowns and the extra 2 you got on the safety be pretty big for the Divas if they could pull it off. But one thing at a time here as they start from at the 50-yard line. So really good field position, 1:56 to go.
Well, one thing with a rivalry game, neither team's going to lay down. They're both going to play till the end. The Divas are going to keep fighting no matter what the score is, and they're going to keep working and getting better all game.
All right, so the Divas come out of this exchange with Scott in the backfield with Cangialdi. 2 receivers to her right, 1 to her left. And, of course, once again, Alenzak is to the left this time as a lone receiver on the near side. Floor's coming in motion this direction. Number 26. Cangialdi looking to hook up again to Floor. She floats it up. She's got Floor out there. Oh, just off her fingertips. She saw Lexi Floor. She got the matchup she wanted. Just went through her hands.
Floor wants that one back. Yeah, right through her hands. Looks like maybe her hands were just a little soft on that play, which she's got great hands.
They've already hooked up, 3 times on some deep shots in this football game. And here, let's look at it again. It looked like a nice pass by Cangialdi. She puts it out there for her, yeah.
Yeah, it just slips right through.
So Floor
was looking downfield, seeing a touchdown.
So again, the 4 wide for the Divas, and Scott the lone back for Cangialdi on a 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. 1:37 to go in this first half. Divas trailing 34-8 now. Floor coming in motion. Cangialdi going to go deep again. This time it's Clark she's going to. Clark comes back, and it hits the ground, incomplete.
Clark tried to adjust on that ball, just not able to come back and get her body turned around.
So she's going to the backup quarterback, Ashley Clark, who can do a little bit of everything, including kick.
Yeah, Clark's a really talented athlete, very young, a rookie coming in. Just giving her experience at different positions is going to make her better, and she's really a good person on this team.
So a minute and a half to go in the first half now. 3rd and 10 from the 50. You get the feeling the Divas like their matchups on deep shots because that's what they're really trying to exploit right now, especially on this left side of the field with the left-handed throwing Amanda Cangialdi. This time Cangialdi rolls to her left. Got a little bit of pressure coming. She's going to tuck it and try to get towards the 45. They're going to mark her out at the 45 of the Renegades. So that brings up 4th and 5. And you got to pretty much go for everything here.
Yeah, she gets out of bounds, which stops the clock. So if they don't get the first down here, Boston's going to have a minute left or so to try to do something with it. Divas really need to get a first down here.
Sure do. Now Scott in the game. That play that they threw to Scott earlier worked so well, but unfortunately they got
Boston's got
weird
too many
penalty.
men on the
They
field.
couldn't get the snap off.
Officials didn't see it. Yeah, they didn't get the snap off in
They needed
time.
to get the snap off, yeah. So 4th and 5. Congialdi barking out the signals. Takes the snap. She's going to set up. She's going to throw deep. She's got Wilson out there, and it's caught. First down and then some as Megatron pulls it in at the 15-yard line.
The Boston Killer does it again, coming up with a big play when the Divas needed it. Goes up high, makes the catch over 2 defenders.
Kentrina Wilson, so good in those situations. Let's look at it again. It's a big, it only needed 5, but Congialdi goes aggressive, goes deep, and the Divas now in business, we hope, at the 15-yard line. Here's the give. Pope's trying the right side. Pope looking for a blocker, cuts it back upfield to the 5. Still on her feet in the end zone, touchdown, Divas.
Oh, nice job. Good job by Deja Scott out front, leading the play.
Curtina Pope gets in the end zone, makes it a 34-14 game as we await the PAT.
Oh, no, that's Lexi. That was a wide receiver on the jet coming across.
Oh, you're right. So there's a 26. Nice. Good play for the Divas. Yeah. Lexi Floor, excuse me. I thought it was the 8. It was the 6. Floor stays in the field. She's rolling out to her right, or in motion to the right, getting set now. 53 seconds to go. Congialdi with Scott behind her. Pitches it out wide to Scott, who's going to dive and gets in the end zone. Nice one cut. She didn't even need to dive. Makes it a 34-16 game. So suddenly an 18-point game for the Divas. They were down by as many as 28 in this ball game. So a big run here before half, and don't forget they get the ball first in the second half.
Yeah, Divas feeling better about what their offense is doing. They finally figured out a few things on offense. If they can just hold the line of scrimmage, they can get the ball to some of their big playmakers. And good job this time coming down and bringing this game back into a manageable position.
Yeah, and again, with the opportunity right at a halftime. Now, here's the question, though. With 53.4, did you leave too much time on the clock for this Renegades offense?
Any time is too much time for this Renegades offense.
Yeah.
I mean, these Divas games going back and forth, we have had so many back and forth games that with 10 seconds left, you think the game is won, and then the kickoff is returned back for a touchdown. So in this matchup, it's never over.
Yeah, you need a good kickoff and good coverage here for starters to kind of make sure Boston doesn't get a short field. Again, 53.4 left in this first half. The Divas trim the deficit, to 18 with the touchdown after the safety. Here's the kick. Deep one. Enswell really gets into it. Entwistle, nice one. Hops up, it's sitting up the 15. Of course, the Divas could jump on. But watch out. Ruth Mata, she's dangerous, but good tackle by the Divas at the 34-yard line. So Mata's taken down there.
Yeah, Blake flies in on special teams, makes a good tackle. Rookie linebacker got hurt a little bit earlier. Looks like she's doing okay now.
Yeah, Ruth Mata, every time she touches a ball, you hold your breath if you're the Divas.
Yeah,
so 47.9 to go.
Yeah, great balance, great speed.
That was a big hit, too.
Yeah, Blake just had a beat on her there.
So 47.9 to go in this first half. Been a eventful first half, needless to say. And the Divas trailing by 18. Officials still trying to sort this out. They get 2 footballs. I don't think they can do that. Yeah, I don't think you play 2 footballs.
Boston wants their ball. You know how those New England people are.
Yeah, I was about to say, New England with their own footballs. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, we'll leave that one alone.
Allison Cahill out of the shotgun. Trips to her left. She's going to the left. Throws it out there. Almost picked off. Hit and tipped down. Incomplete.
Trueheart comes up. Read
that
play. Her first game back with the Divas. She was a young player last year who had a lot of success. This is her first game back with the Divas and her first chance to come in and get a little run.
Boy, that would have been big. Had she been able to haul that in. She had nothing but green in front of her. So 2nd and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line. 44 seconds to go in the first half. Cahill yelling out to the receivers on the far side left. She's going to hook up, going deep left, and overthrows it incomplete. The intended receiver was Bell. And she tried to put it downfield that time. I think they were trying to lull the Divas into thinking it was one of those bubbles again or one of those tunnels.
Yeah, they do that a lot. They'll run that bubble, and then they'll send somebody downfield, try to catch you off. Jen King, the safety, wasn't fooled. Over there on the coverage, almost made an interception, diving for the ball.
Yeah, Divas, again, you'd like to see them be able to get the stop here. Cahill yelling out the signals to everybody. Again, trips to her left. Receiver on the near side right of her is Benecki. And in the backfield, it is Pascal. And a little confusion out here with the officials about the game clock. I don't know if it's a play clock issue or what it is, but they're pointing up to the scoreboard. I think now we're at 15:01 left in the half. I don't think that's right. We got a clock issue, trying to sort it out.
We're getting closer.
We're getting a little bit closer, yeah. It says 101. I think it needs to go down a lot further, but
yeah, we should be around 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 40 or less, I want to say.
And they're going to wind it.
Yeah. Well, look, it is a new facility for the Divas. Ops crew.
Yeah, just a really beautiful place to play here at the St. James. They're working through all their technical components, and it looks like we're about ready to wind the clock again.
The refs are going to keep the clock themselves because it's running, and it's about a minute more than it should be. But nonetheless, back to pass Cahill out into the near side and dropped by Pascal. So she had a little bit of space out here. It would have been interesting if she caught it, but she doesn't. So 4th down from the 34-yard line.
Divas putting a little pressure on her with Sierra Skeen.
Boston staying out on the field here. I can't imagine they would go for it here, but hey, stranger things have happened. Maybe they will. 4th down and 11 in their own territory.
What they've got figured here.
Yeah, well, so they're just trying to catch the Divas off guard, or is it going to be a quick kick maybe? Cahill, no, back to pass. Press, she's throwing deep. She's got a receiver out there and misses her. Incomplete, so the Divas will take over on downs. I would love to tell you how much time's left in this quarter, but
we're going to go with our clock, 34 seconds.
I hope our clock's right.
I think we're pretty close.
But yeah, the clock at the stadium, St. James, is 15 minutes, and we know that's not right. But the Divas, boy, Boston, I don't know what the urgency was there to go for it. Interesting that they did that. And now,
hey, the Divas will take it, put them in short field position. They get a couple plays here, try to see if they can get one more score going into the half.
They're saying 38.5 officially in here. We're assuming that's official. Amanda Congialdi out of the shotgun. She's got 3 receivers to her right. Scott the lone back. 1 receiver to the near side is Gainey. In motion is Lexi Floor. We've seen her get isolated on this left side quite a few times tonight. Congialdi going downfield to Wilson. A lot of contact, incomplete. A lot of hand fighting there. I thought Wilson was going to get a shot at it, but it was a little underthrown. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Boston 34.
Lauren Young on the coverage, one of Boston's wide receivers. You'll see a number of their players going both ways, doing a great job of being well conditioned and being tremendous athletes.
Congialdi out of the shotgun. She's got Scott on the near side. She's loaded up again, trying to go deep. She's got a man down there, underthrown, incomplete to Gainey. Gainey fought for it, but unable to get it. Clock's going to stop at about 27.2.
Yeah, Amanda needed to put that a little bit more over the top. Looks like Gainey had kind of beat her up over the top, but underthrown.
Yeah, there was definitely, they got a matchup over there they like with Gainey, but as you said, she just couldn't get it out in front of her. Gainey had to try to come back for it.
Yeah, and you see them putting one high safety over here on top of Wilson and Floor.
So the stadium clock's now down to 16.5, and it's a 3rd down and 10. Congialdi again looking deep. She's got a man, and underthrown, incomplete. Oh, wow.
Hilliard had her beat right off the snap.
She sure did.
Amanda does not often underthrow her receivers.
Casey Hilliard was open, as you said. 11.6 to go in this quarter. Obviously, they're going to go for it here on 4th and 10. They've been working. It's interesting, Donna, they've been working the right side on this series. In the past, they've had the big plays have been on the left side. Maybe they'll come back left here on this.
Well, they're working away from this high safety. They've just got single coverage over on the right side. They've got an extra person coverage on Wilson and Floor, who have been their top receivers this game.
Maybe they're trying to dare them to throw that right side. I'd be interested to see if they move Floor over, but now Floor and Wilson stay to the left side. Trips to the left. One receiver to the right. That's Gainey again. Here comes Floor in motion this time. Over to the right side. Then they got Wilson over here on the left. Still the safety stays on the left side. Back to pass. Congialdi, quick pass to Scott. Incomplete. Oh, that's gonna turn it over on downs. Wow. They were trying to set something up, and it was a bad pass, unfortunately.
Well, Scott would have had some room and a chance to go one-on-one with Lauren Young. Not to be, and that should take us down into the half.
Well, 8.6 to go. We'll see what Cahill and the Boston Renegades do, if they come out here and try to run another play or not.
And as we go into halftime, we are going to be celebrating the Divas 2006 National Championship team.
I know somebody was on that team.
Down on the field.
I know somebody was on that team.
Yeah, I know a couple people on that team.
So you're going to get to go down on the field at halftime.
Down the field
nice.
And be honored with some of my great teammates from that 2006 championship year, our first championship of 3 in Divas history.
Always remember the first championship. It's like the first child. Last play of the half, handoff, and Pascal gets stacked up, and that should do it as the clock ticks down. Well, Divas got a little bit of momentum back. They'll get the ball first in the second half as well, as they trail it by the score of 34-16 here at the St. James to the Boston Renegades. Well, we're going to take a timeout, come back with the halftime festivities. Divas trail at the break to the Renegades by the score of 34-16.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
At DMVstream.com, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at DMVstream.com. That's DMVstream.com. DMVstream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVstream.com. That's DMVstream.com.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Westfield High School.
We have a great game in store for you today. The first time in the history of the Capital Classic that girls high school basketball players, the finest in the country, will be taking the court.
DMVstream.com, we use state-of-the-art live streaming and video production tools to create an unparalleled viewing experience from local sporting events. Whether we're using our 12-foot HD broadcast production truck or employing one of our state-of-the-art flypack kits, our broadcasts always include multiple camera angles, instant replay, live scoring, graphics, and a complete broadcast crew working together to showcase the DMV's finest. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at dmvstream.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
Welcome back. The half Divas trail the Boston Renegades 34-16 right now. They are having a little celebration for the 2006 Divas Championship team. You see Donna Wilkinson, my partner, down there on the far left, the Hall of Famer. Part of the recognition. That was the first Divas Championship team. And some of the members of that team are here tonight. Rich Daniel, team owner down there, introducing them, and everybody here in the crowd enjoying it as the first Divas Championship team gets some recognition. Again, here's Donna Wilkinson. Let's look at some of the numbers from the first half. Here's the Divas. Amanda Congialdi, 213 yards. A lot of yardage and just 7 completions. A lot of big plays, touchdown pass. Deja Scott, you got to think that's something they want to get fixed at the half. Get her going. She only has 14 yards rushing. And that could be a good help to the defense to get Deja going and maybe keep that Renegades offense on the sideline a little bit longer. Lexi Flores had a big first half, 4 catches, 120 yards on 4 catches and a touchdown and a 15-yard rushing touchdown as well. We'll come back with more halftime. Divas trailing 34-16 as we get another look at the members, some of the members of the 2006 championship team.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
At DMVstream.com, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at dmvstream.com. That's dmvstream.com. dmvstream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at dmvstream.com. That's dmvstream.com.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Westfield High School.
We have a great game in store for you today. The first time in the history of the Capital Classic that girls high school basketball players, the finest in the country, will be taking the court.
DMVstream.com, we use state-of-the-art live streaming and video production tools to create an unparalleled viewing experience from local sporting events. Whether we're using our 12-foot HD broadcast production truck or employing one of our state-of-the-art flypack kits, our broadcasts always include multiple camera angles, instant replay, live scoring, graphics, and a complete broadcast crew working together to showcase the DMV's finest. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at dmvstream.com. DMVstream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at dmvstream.com. That's dmvstream.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
Divas trail at the half to the Renegades, 34-16. You're watching Divas football here at the St. James.
At DMVstream.com, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at dmvstream.com. That's dmvstream.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
DMVstream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at dmvstream.com. That's dmvstream.com.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Westfield High School.
We have a great game in store for you today. The first time in the history of the Capital Classic that girls high school basketball players, the finest in the country, will be taking the court.
At DMVstream.com, we use state-of-the-art live streaming and video production tools to create an unparalleled viewing experience from local sporting events. Whether we're using our 12-foot HD broadcast production truck or employing one of our state-of-the-art flypack kits, our broadcasts always include multiple camera angles, instant replay, live scoring, graphics, and a complete broadcast crew working together to showcase the DMV's finest. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at dmvstream.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
Welcome back at the half. Boston leads the Divas by a score 34-16. Scott Jackson, Donna Wilkinson here getting ready for the start of the second half. Divas to get the ball back. Got a little bit of momentum there, Donna, at the end of the half, did the Divas, and hopefully they can carry it over with this first drive.
Well, absolutely. The Divas were in this position last year, down 22 points. They made a great comeback to win that game. Let's see if they can put the same kind of pressure on now and pull this game out.
By the way, you look good on the field. We got a couple shots of you down there. Enjoyed being with your old teammates.
Yeah, and that 2016, they were so tough. Our defense that year was just amazing. Poison Ivy Tillman, Allison Hamlin, the quarterback. Just a great team and our first championship of 3, and great to be honored and recognized here for that today.
Well, hopefully that karma and then, of course, the good finish of the first half will carry over here in the second half of the Divas, because they got a little bit of work to do. Down by 18, but not insurmountable by any means.
No, they're going to get the ball first here, a chance to take it to the house and bring this to a 2-score game. This game should play out. These two teams very rarely have anything that doesn't come down to a last minute or a last drive.
Let's look at some of the drives so far for the Divas. Obviously, punting early. They had the turnover on downs, the 32-yard TD pass to Floor, but then a turnover on downs, then a TD run, and then obviously the turnover on downs. Of course, there's a safety mixed in there in the end by the defense, which was helpful as well. That was before the 15-yard run after the turnover on downs. So they kind of pinned it back there, so that worked out pretty good for the Divas. But the problem has been, of course, the situation with Boston, where they had scored until, I guess, the last 2 drives on every single drive.
Yeah, and Boston's kind of done that all year, averaging these 64 points. That's how they get it done, 30-some points a half.
All right, here's the kick coming up, and it's a low squibber, kind of a thing they done in the first half. Gainey's going to come and grab it. Oh, kicks it around. She's going to have to fall on it and cover it up. Scott helps her cover it up. So Oh, boy, that was that was a little too interesting. Divas, though, will have the ball on their own 30-yard line to start this second half, trailing by 18 points.
Well, it looks like Missy Bedwell, our 21-year veteran at center, is still out with that broken finger. She was trying to play through that.
I saw her come out, at halftime, and I thought maybe she was gonna be able to get back out there, but she was in her uniform. But it looks like, as you said, they're going to keep her out. Probably a smart move with that. Like you said, the broken finger. She's playing through a lot of stuff right now. So here come the Divas. Congialdi gives it to Scott. Scott only had 13 first-half yards, still having a hard way to go just to get to the line of scrimmage. And you got to give the Renegades credit. Their rush defense has been pretty stout to this point.
Yeah, they do a really good job of setting the edge. You see them make her cut back, and that just gives the rest of their defense a chance to go over and gang tackle, and they really do a good job of getting all hats to the ball.
Here we go again. Look, penetration right at the point of attack.
Yeah, and you see right up there, right off the bat, that's Fournier setting the edge. With that 3-3 stack, they're putting Beinecke down off the edge as that dog player. Sometimes they're sending her. Looks like they're sending her again.
Amanda Congialdi, other shotgun against Scott, the lone back. Gainey in motion, and we got flags that say going to be an illegal motion. Or
see if they got pull at a jump.
Yeah, illegal procedure on the Divas there. So that's going to set up a 2nd and 16. Scott had such a good first week for the Divas when they beat Pittsburgh. You kind of had to figure she was going to be the marked person on the scouting report, right? Like the marked player. And to this point, the Renegades have done a good job with that. You'd like to see her get an opportunity to get some more touches in open space. And they tried to set that one up on the 4th down before the end of half, and it was the throw that was off the mark. And really running-wise, they just haven't really been able to get her out there. And, of course, they had the one big run that was called back as of a hold. It's a 2nd and 16. Congialdi going to load up, coming to the near side. Gainey's going to come in and knocked away. Good defense there.
And Kahuna.
Really good play by Kahuna.
Yeah, Q-Tip's got a lot of speed, but Kahuna's right with her.
Yeah, that was a really well-defended play out on the edge. So 3rd and 16 coming up for the Divas. They're trying to
looking at that replay.
Pick up some momentum. The ball hung up there a little bit. But just a nice defensive play, too. So 3rd and 16. 4 wide. Scott the lone back. Looked like they were going to run the screen to Scott. They do. Here comes Scott. Doesn't have a lot of help, but she's going to cut back. She's going to get to 30. Still on her feet. 35, 40, 45, 50. Into the territory of the Renegades. She couldn't take it, and she's going to be brought down from behind at the 25. Wow, Deja Scott made that happen on her own with one cut.
Well, Allie Genero was pursuing her hard downfield. Deja made a cut, made her miss. Cut back inside for a big gain. Sirens going off here in the stadium, bringing some life into this crowd.
Huge play, close to 50 yards. Here we go again. Look at it. Scott, right here, she looks like she's pinned in, and boom,
stuck her
one
foot
cut.
in the ground.
Then another cut to get to the yard marker.
You can see that speed.
What an incredible play. Here's an end and around to Floor. Floor's going to get the corner. She stays on her feet. First down, going towards the end zone and gets knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. So Lexi Floor, again, with a big run on an end and around.
And Floor's got some deceptive speed off the edge there. You kind of saw it as she just created separation. It didn't look like she was going to have much, and she just got to the edge.
I think she was running out of field, and then all of a sudden she's flying down the sideline. So big play by Lexi Floor to get it in there. Floor's not going to go on the far side right. Pope's in the backfield. It's Congialdi out of the shotgun. Divas trying to cash in here. 1st and goal to goal at the 2. Handoff, Pope up the middle. And does she get it? I guess she's going to be short. And they're saying fumble. Renegades are pointing like it's a fumble. And the officials say it's a fumble. Oh, big play.
Pope fumbles going into the end zone. Oh, my goodness.
Genero comes running out of the pile. I don't know if she made the hit. We'll have to get another look at it. But boy, oh boy, what a tough break for the Divas as they were trying to get in there. It would have been a 34-22 game if they get in the end zone there. And instead,
sort of silence
it's a
this
Boston
crowd.
ball.
Oh, big hit by General right on the ball. Pope was standing up too high coming into the line.
Genero makes the big play and recovered by Boston inside the 5-yard line. I think they're going to mark it to the 2. So Boston from their own 2-yard line. Now, of course, the Divas were able to get a safety earlier with some pressure down here. Let's see what they do here. Cahill out of the shotgun. Cahill is going to pass out of the end zone. He's going to throw it up in the air. 50-50 ball incomplete as she was trying to get it out to Sotoria Bell. So incomplete. First down, and we got a flag on the play, it looks like.
Divas bringing a little pressure.
Who is the flag on is the question. Is it on the Divas or is it going to be on Boston? Looks like it's on the Divas. Offside maybe. So it's a 5-yard penalty, so it gives Boston a little bit of breathing room after the incompletion on first down. So instead of being a 2nd and 10 from the 2, it is a first down and 5. Excuse me, first down and 5 from the 7-yard line. Cahill again out of the shotgun, gives it to Pascal. She's trying the left side, got the corner, close to the first down marker, still on her feet, slips off, and I hope we're gonna get a hold maybe. See what the flag is, but there is a flag. The official behind the play threw it.
Looks like you got a player down on the far
sideline.
sideline.
And you get a Divas defender laying on the ground as the athletic training staff sprints across the field. We'll see what the penalty is. Might have been a hold on the edge on that run. Get another look at it. Somehow Pascal gets out of this. And the flag came out. You saw
there could have been a block in the back there.
Yeah, it could have
been
a Divas player on the ground. Yeah.
See somebody kind of on their face whenever a defensive player is on their face. Usually they were hitting the backside.
So we got an official's timeout for the injury. Still haven't seen what the penalty is. We'll get it all sorted out for you after a quick timeout.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
DMVstream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVstream.com. That's DMVstream.com. At DMVstream.com, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at DMVstream.com. That's DMVstream.com. DMVstream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVstream.com. That's DMVstream.com.
Welcome back. Courtney Wright was helped off the field. Divas number 52, one of their linebackers, came in the game tonight, left now with an injury. Looks like she was able to walk off on her own power with 12:13 to go here in this first half. And the penalty that was called before we went to break was on the Boston Renegades. So that was basically a no-gain play, a loss of 2. So it is now a first down. And here's Cahill back to pass. She's got it to the other Pascal, who's got a first down and then some. And that, of course, was Stephanie Pascal, the wide receiver, with the big play to get the first down.
Well, and you see number 4, their other wide receiver, doing a good job of blocking, maybe getting a little hold on the defense there, not letting them come off to make that play. Just keeps the ball moving.
Cahill throws it out quickly again. The quick game going. Good tackle, though, by the Divas out on the edge. Jessica Johnson makes a play.
Well, yeah, and there you see, once again they keep trying to go to that bubble screen and just see if we miss a tackle that time right on it.
It's a good defense from the Divas. That brings up the second down. Might have been a loss of 1 on the play, so second and maybe 10.5, 11. Cahill back to pass, trying to set up the screen to Pascal. Overthrows are incomplete. So she had Pascal with a blocker, but Cahill just unable to get it to her. So that'll bring up third down and about 10, 11 yards to go. So big moment here for the Divas defense early in the second half if they can get a stop after the offense got it to the 1, and then we had the Pope fumble.
Yeah, you can kind of see the emotions are really hot down there on the field. These players are very intense. They're very into this game.
Yeah, this would be a big stop for the Divas, and then you'd force Boston to potentially punt it, off of their own goal line essentially. But first you got to get the stop here on 3rd and 10 is what they're officially calling it. Pascal's in motion. It's a quick pass. Caught on the slant, but going to be short maybe by a yard or 2. And this will be interesting. Boston has shown some guts here early in this game with a big lead to go for it, and they're going to stay on the field, 4th and 3. So the Renegades will stay on the field for a 4th and 3. Cahill trying to get the signal from the sideline.
That's a lot of confidence in your defense going down for it on your opponent's 25-yard line.
No doubt. I mean, you could hand it over on your own 25 here, but it's 4th, and they're going to call it officially 2 with the scoreboard. Cahill back to pass, still looking at that side. She's going to try to scramble. She just flips it ahead, and it's dropped. Incomplete, Pascal, and it's turned over on down. So the Divas defense gets off the field. Big moment there for the Divas.
Pascal had an easy first down, just dropped it, gives the Divas a big break.
Cahill thought about running it. The Divas did a good job closing in, and you see her just kind of flick it out there. It was kind of an end-over-end pass, and Pascal was unable to handle it and incomplete. And that's a big moment. Here, let's look at it again, Donna, and see who put the pressure on Cahill to make her give that ball up so quickly. Good job for the Divas there. All right, 1st and 10 at the 26, they're going to call it, of the Renegades. 4 wide. Scott's back in the game. Back to pass. Congialdi throws it to Scott. Incomplete in the flat.
Well, as you notice, Boston now has 2 players keying in on Scott coming out of the backfield. They know how dangerous she can be when she gets that ball.
She's made some big plays tonight, of course, early in the game when the Divas were backed up, and obviously last series, that big 3rd down that looked like it was going nowhere, and she made something into it. Even though she's had a quiet game as a running back, she's had a good game as a receiver. Here goes Floor. Lexi Floor's going wide again. This time they got it sniffed out and going to pull her down from behind.
And that's Beinecke, their top wide receiver, who's in playing linebacker this game, coming up off the backside, making the play.
Well, Coach Johnson over there on the Renegades sideline, John Johnson's got a lot of confidence in his defense, and you can see why. Putting them in a short field situation, he wasn't even thinking twice about it.
Well, they've had the Divas off balance all night, and they're counting on that.
So trips to the right for Congialdi, Amanda Congialdi. On the near side, she's got Alenzak by herself. Now Floor's coming in motion here to the near side. Scott the lone back. Congialdi on a big 3rd down is going to load it up, throw on the right side. She got Wilson, who is out of bounds, incomplete. Trying to go isolation again on these little sideline routes and incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like Wilson came down with the ball, just took herself a little bit wide on that sideline running her route.
Divas stay on the field, though, 4th and 11. They're going to go for it at this point, down 34-16.
Yeah,
You're out of field goal range.
I expect a play here looking at Floor or Wilson. I mean, really all these receivers are big play receivers. You could really give them to anybody. Just look where you got the best matchup. Got one-on-one coverage up here on the top with Bloom.
Yeah, Wilson, big target over here on the left side. And, of course, Congialdi, pretty good throw into that side. We'll see what they do here. Well, now they're going to roll this. It seems like they're going to roll the coverage over this side. Pre-snap. Here comes Congialdi, takes a snap. Fakes the pitch to Scott. She's in trouble. Throws it to Scott. Scott has some space. Going to get the 25. Cuts up, got the 20. And she's going to dive. And, she's so close. I think she's shy, though. Oh, the first down marker.
Yeah, she's not going to
just
make
shy.
it. I thought she had a cutback if she'd followed her wide receiver, Katrina Wilson, out to the outside. She was coming back to make a block for her. Instead, she turned it right upfield. Looks like she's about a yard short.
Yep, going to be about a yard short. Tough break there. Let's watch it again. And the Divas are going to turn it over on down. So here's Scott. He's got a big green space there, but good pursuit by
You got to really give it up to Young, making a great
Renegades.
open field tackle.
Yeah, Boston really good defensively to take away the middle of the field.
And that's just 2 possessions for the Divas back-to-back, unable to get really what they needed, which is a score.
Yeah, so come up a yard short on that 4th down. Cahill out of the gun, hands it to Pascal, and she gets maybe a couple yards. The clock rolls under 9.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Boston with that 34-16 lead after the fast start to this game. We've had kind of a quiet 3rd quarter in terms of scoring with no scoring yet. Divas have been in the Renegades territory twice this half at the 2-yard line, 1-yard line with a fumble from Pope, and then obviously this last series coming up short of the 17-yard line. Cahill in the shotgun. She's got trips to her right, and she's going to throw it out to her right, and it's dropped. So all of a sudden, a little dropsies going on for this offense of the Renegades.
Yeah, just a little extra contact there at the end of that play. Stretch not too happy about it.
He's in the same formation for Cahill. Let's see that play again. Yeah, just a drop. I mean, it was right in the gut of the receiver. Out on the left side. And fighting for the first down, going to be short, is Pascal, Angelica Pascal. But that's going to be a 4th down coming up.
Now it's Gainey in on the tackle. Gainey is in for Wright, who is in for Davis.
So 4th, and they're going to call it 3, and of course Boston's going to go for it.
And Whitney Sims is down, injured on that last play.
So we got another injured Diva player. Give them a chance to get a breather before a big 4th down coming up. Divas with another chance to turn over Boston on downs and get some really good field position. We'll come back and see what happens after this quick timeout.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
Welcome back to the St. James here in Springfield, Virginia. Great venue for football, home of the Divas this season. Boston leads the Divas 34-16 as we are not quite halfway through this 3rd quarter of play as we watch the injured Divas player come off the field. That's Whitney Sims, the linebacker, who's getting some help off the field.
Divas already thin on defense, very young, have a lot of new players coming in tonight that have not played in these positions after some of the injuries and ejections this game.
So big 4th down coming up. We got 4th, and it looks to be about 4 to 5 yards for the first. Yard line to get to is the 28.
Manned up, no safety up top.
And quick snap to Cahill, throws downfield. There's a quick flag on the play, incomplete. And it was a legal procedure on the Renegades. The Renegades, on the other hand, having a conversation. Now the play, did the play go off or did they blow it dead? That's the question, because that was 4th down. So if it went off, then it's turned over on downs. But if it's a pre-possession, yeah, I think it's a pre-play penalty. Oh, and it's offsides and Divas. Unbelievable. So
wow.
Automatic first down. Should be, well, I shouldn't say automatic first down. It is a first down because they only needed about 4 yards. So they get 5.
Tough play on 4th down.
Yep. Yeah, the Divas players were signaling illegal procedure, but obviously the referees did not agree. So 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. The Renegades back to pass. Cahill got a wide receiver wide open, fights the football but pulls it in for a pickup of about 10 yards, making 11 yards in a first down.
Well, Beinecke was wide open. The Divas seemed to be playing man coverage. There was no safety back there. And if Beinecke hadn't lost her balance, she could have gone in for a touchdown.
Yeah, Emily Beinecke almost looked surprised. And the pass was just a little high and behind her. She did a good job to stay with it, as Cahill was a little bit off the mark there.
Looks like Courtney Wright coming back in.
So on the 40-yard line, the Renegades on their own 40, 1st and 10, 34-16 lead. You got trips to the near side on the right of Cahill. Lone back is Pascal. Back to pass, going deep, and got a man there. Knocked down. Good defense from the Divas.
Courtney just back in the game after her little injury time off the field, makes a good play.
And the intended receiver is Adrian Smith, who's got touchdown of the season. But just a little bit underthrown. Cahill a little bit off these last few series with the throws.
And Courtney really a good defender to match up against Wilson out there. She's athletic. She's taller than some of the other DBs. Really makes a nice break and play on that ball.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Renegades. Handoff. Here goes Pascal stopping and starting, but not going anywhere. Going to be stacked up around the 40. Maybe she gets the 41. No, they're going to say 40, so no gain on 2nd down. Brings up a 3rd and 10, so another opportunity for the Divas to get into to get these Renegades into a 4th down.
Yeah, that's Tara Mason making the play in there.
As the clock now goes under 7 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. It's been a scoreless 3rd quarter. We've had a lot of scoring in this game, 34-16, obviously, Boston on top, but none in this second half. So Cahill coming to the line. She's got trips to her left. The lone back is Pascal to her right. And the receiver on this near side again is Emily Beinecke, who made the catch for the first down to get them at the 40-yard line. A lot of communication issues from that sideline, and they're going to be a flag and delay game. A lot of confusion on Boston's side there. It's weird.
Yeah, you had to wonder how long that play was going to take, and at some point this clock's going to run out.
They had such great tempo in the first half, and for whatever reason, these last several drives, they've kind of been in a bit of a rut.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's them being in a rut or if the Divas defense is actually stepping up and putting themselves in the right places to make some plays.
Yeah.
Either way, they've slowed down.
Definitely the tempo has slowed down on the Boston side for sure. And you also wonder, too, I mean, they've had a lot of snaps in that first half. They were moving along. Was there a little fatigue kicking in perhaps, too?
But you got a couple of their players going both ways, but that really has not slowed them down at all year.
Yeah.
And so it's good to see the Divas at least get a little bit of reprieve from these scoring drives.
Yeah, the Divas got to get off the field here and then try to obviously start getting some points racked up. So big 3rd and 10 coming up, 3rd and 15, for the Divas as Cahill out of the shotgun. She's looking to the near side, throwing up deep to Beinecke, and incomplete, underthrown. Good defense, good coverage.
Yeah, Eads really lucky on that play. She did not get her head turned around, but she was in perfect position covering the much taller Beinecke all the way down the field.
Yeah, Beinecke a big target, but Eads did a nice job there, as you said. She got to be a little careful with those hands. And wow, look at this, a punter. They do have a punter. I thought they might have a punter in their roster. It's the first time we're going to see the Boston punter. They've gone for it in some interesting situations here in their own territory in 4th down, but not this time. 4th and 15, apparently that's the breaking point for Boston. So Sarah Tully, I thought was the punter, but no, it looks like somebody else out there punting. But here comes the kick near side of the field. It's going to go out of bounds about the 44th. The Divas have a really good field position coming up.
Ching fired up.
It should be fired up. They got a little bit of momentum back here to the Divas suddenly.
Yeah, that's one of those fiery players. She's a little shorter for a corner, but you put any receiver out there who's a tough receiver making plays, and she says, I want them. I want to cover them. I'm going to be scrappy. I'm going to fight, and I'm going to go and I'm going to try to make a play. And good job of the Divas just getting settled and giving their offense another chance to try to come back and get some points.
That, by the way, is Ashley Beckham, I should have said, was the punter who kicked it out of bounds. The Divas a good field position, though, at their own 45. See if they get something going. Amangela Congialdi out of the shotgun once again. She sent 3 receivers to her left. Gainey's the lone receiver to her right, and Deja Scott in the backfield. See if they get Deja in space again. Quick snap, Throw it out to Gainey, and it's incomplete. Just went through her hands.
Yeah, Gainey doesn't drop a lot of those.
So that was a missed opportunity on first down for the Divas. Now they switch it up. They bring Gainey and Wilson over here to the near side. So they split the receivers 2 and 2. Scott again the lone back. Congialdi out of the shotgun. 5:26 to go in the third. She takes a snap. Congialdi, fakes one way. A little backyard football. She's scrambling. Going to cut up field. Going to dive and maybe get about 4 yards of the play. So Congialdi made something out of nothing there. She was trying to go to Scott, but Scott was covered. It covered well.
I always hold my breath when she starts to run because you never know what's going to happen. She's going to run out. She's going to roll. She's going to pass. No, she's going to run. And Amanda picks up a couple yards out of nothing there.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Divas. Still on their side of the field at the 48-yard line. Divas need to get to the 45 of the Renegades for the first down. And you got to think it's 4-down territory. Again, trailing by 18 points in this game. Shotgun snap. Congialdi's going to throw it over the hands and picked off through the hands of Wilson and into the defender. And that is Lauren Young with the interception.
Lauren Young's had a great game today. It's sort of been all over the place on defense. Wilson not able to handle that pass. Young comes up with a big play.
Divas turn it over. Boy, the offense this half has had great field position on numerous occasions and not been able to come up with any points out of it. And, of course, the fumble on the goal line was also huge so far in this half. But have done a good job to kind of slow the momentum, of the Boston offense. But suddenly the Divas offense is stalling out in the second half.
Well, Congialdi and Wilson trying to talk through that one. Did not feel like they were on the same page on that play.
So Cahill comes out in the shotgun once again. She's got Pascal to her right. The give is to Pascal. Angelica Pascal going to be stacked up behind the line of scrimmage. Big defensive play for the Divas. Wow. Divas defense is really coming alive here, Donna.
Yeah, I can't see who that player was over there on that right edge, but you had a linebacker and a defensive end coming off hard.
It looked like Trueheart.
Yeah, that would be Trueheart.
Trueheart number 80, yeah. Trueheart's 80, so that was Trueheart, I believe, on that side of the field. Nice play.
Trueheart making her presence felt in her first game back with the Divas this season.
So that's a big loss of, they're going to say, 10. So a loss of 10 on first down for the Renegades. Under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Divas trail now 34-16. 2nd and 20 coming up. Cahill fakes the handoff, throws it out on the near side. Beneke's got some running room, and she's going to knock that back. She got a lot of it back, but still probably about 10 yards shy of the first down marker there.
Well, yeah, that's we've been seeing that play in and play out. That's Boston's go-to.
Yeah, Emily Beneke, she's been active today on in this passing attack. So third down coming up for Boston. They still need to get to the Divas 44. Ball is on the Boston side of the field, so it's about 6 yards to go. It's spotted at the 48. And they need to get the Divas 44. So 3rd and 6 coming up. Snap to Cahill. Stands in the pocket. She's under pressure. She's going to run for it. Here goes Trueheart chasing her. Trueheart knocks her down. Big sack. She's stacked and the ball's loose. And I think the Divas, do they get it? There's a pile up there. The Divas fighting for the football. Let's wait for the signal from the refs. And yes, it looks like Divas football.
Divas football.
1st and 10 coming up for the Divas at the 29-yard line of the Renegades.
Trueheart comes up with a big play on defense. Gives the Divas their first big break of the second half.
Wow, the Divas defense has really come out here in the second half, create some momentum towards the end of the first half, and put the heat on.
What you see difference is they are in the backfield. Everybody is down and attacking. Trueheart's actually setting that edge. When she wasn't out there, they weren't holding the edge. She's doing a great job of just flying off on that snap and getting back there and putting pressure on whoever has the ball.
Well, the Divas need to cash in offensively this time. They've left too many points in the field in this second half. This quarter, so see what they can do. Amanda Congialdi with Scott in the backfield. Again, she's got 2 receivers on each side. Here's the snap. Congialdi looking downfield. She's going to loft it over to Scott and catches it at the 30. She's got some momentum. 25-20. She's down to the 15, pushed out of bounds, and they're going to mark her about the 15-yard line. So big pickup of 14 on first down as they throw the little screen to Scott.
Yeah, Scott always likes when she's matched up against a linebacker. She had Deanna Walsh trying to come out and cover her. Just didn't quite have the speed, and as you see, Scott's off to the races.
So we got a 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Divas at the Boston 15. Congialdi flips it out to Scott. Scott to the right side. She's running wide. They're stringing it out. She's going to get to about the 13, maybe the 12. See where they mark her out. She got something out of nothing there. Looks like that was going to be strung out for a no gain. And, yeah, she got.
Looks like you have a Boston player down on the
We got a Boston
sideline.
player down. The Divas got to the 11 there. So it's about a pickup of 4 from Scott. Good run, all things considered, bringing up the 2nd and 6.
Well, she really does a good job when plays break down of setting up her blocks, of giving her receivers a chance just to get in the way and then cut back and get some, downfield progress.
Boy, you got to think if the Divas could get it in the end zone here, this place is going to go crazy.
Right, and you just think about the last 2 drives. Had they been able to get them in, you're talking about the Divas coming back to maybe tie this game right now.
Right.
Instead, they're still trying to get back in it.
And the defense, again, have really done a good job here. It was really late in the second half when they got the safety and they got some stops that they kind of picked up some momentum on the defense and is carried over here in the second half. And that Boston rhythm from the Renegades offense that we saw in that first quarter in particular and then most of the second is just kind of evaporated. Because Amanda Congialdi out of the shotgun. She's got Scott to her right. Play action, throws it over the middle. She's got a receiver. Caught, touchdown, Divas! A Divas touchdown as they get it on the board.
And that's Casey Hilliard making the catch. She could have had Hilliard or Gainey, who were both open on that play. Great job, Hilliard, coming up, making the catch.
Stay on the field to go for 2. They're going to try to make it a 10-point game, which would cut it to 2 scores. Actually, it's 2 scores now, but it'll cut it to 10. 34-22. Divas trying to tack on here with 1:57 to go in the third. After the touchdown to Hilliard, Casey Hilliard from Congialdi. Here's the pitch. Scott's going to get in there, and she's got the 2-point play. So 34-24, 1:57 to go. We got ourselves a ball game, Donna.
Oh, yeah, Scott's fired up. This offense is fired up, and this defense is ready to go back out and eat.
So here's the touchdown pass to Casey Hilliard. Nice throw, and just good job by Hilliard.
Great focus going up.
It.
That defender was right there. Hilliard goes up and makes a nice play. Hilliard, one of those receivers who played with the Divas for a few years, left and came back to us and really has just come on strong this year as a receiver and, as a blocker when we are running the ball.
Madeline Entwistle to kick off. Be interested to see what she does here. She tries to kick it deep, or maybe they try to find a uncoordinated lineman to kick it to. She did have a quick conversation with her coach before she came out of the field. They're missing a player right now. That's Hilliard. She's running out because, of course, lost Gainey to the ejection earlier. So special teams are kind of messed
Davis.
up. I'm sorry, Davis.
Yeah.
Yep. So special teams are a little messed up.
So Hilliard just scores that touchdown, has to come down and run on kickoff.
Yeah, Janaea Davis got kicked out early. So anyway, they've got that figured out, luckily. So good catch by one of the coaches. That's why you got a big staff. Got to look out for these things. Entwistle with the kickoff here. Divas suddenly have cut it to 10 with 1:57 to go. Kicks it deep. It's going to skip at the 25. Picked up at the 21. Upfield and down the far sideline. Pretty good return. Oh, a little bit of extracurricular over there. They might get the Divas for a late hit over there. I hate to see that.
I just saw a little.
He just kind of fell down.
It didn't look like a lot
No.
for how this game has been played out. That seems like a little ticky-tack.
Sure does. I think that was Shantia Creech, number 5, that returned it. And let's see what the penalty is. And it didn't really seem like much. He was kind of holding her up and fell back. It wasn't like she slammed her to the ground. Yeah, she was falling down. She kind of got up.
She was kind of holding on to her. She was falling down, and Yeah, that's just how the play went out.
Yeah, they got the Divas for the personal foul.
That's another one they're going to have to look at on film.
Yep, so they're going to mark that off 15 yards at the end of the kickoff. So they're going to be in Divas territory, maybe at the 43-yard line. So they started the Divas 43, and again, Boston's offense has suddenly been caught in a rut. This might kind of wake them up a little bit. We'll see.
Well, it's the first time they've crossed midfield this
half. Right.
half.
Yeah, they have not been across midfield in a while. So see if the Divas defense can answer the call here. 1:51 to go in the third. Still a lot of football to be played.
Head coach Greg Gaskins pleading his case.
He's so frustrated. Yeah, I can't blame him. I mean, really, that's the word ticky-tack. Now look at this under center for the first time, Cahill. Here's a little ending around Mata coming to the near side. There's a hold. It's going to come back. She has been so good.
Yeah, that was
well, that was a hold. Ruth Mata.
Yeah, definitely number 4. Satoria Bell was holding Jen King.
They're quick flags, too. They saw it right away as they're coming around the edge. Divas defense was fired up. They knew it. So they're going to back up the Renegades offense after the first down run.
Yeah, you don't see her go under center too much. Quick little jet sweep.
That was interesting, yeah. Trying to show some new wrinkles, make it some life. So that, wow, all the way back to the 45-yard line.
That's going to be a full 10-yard
full
penalty
10-yard
from a line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's a good first and 20 coming up. So the play doesn't count. So Renegades first and 20. Get under center for Cahill this time. Looks like they're going to try to run it the other direction. Here goes Mata. And there's another hole, but they miss it. Trueheart was coming around the edge, and you can see Jersey coming out, but maybe a pickup of 4 yards, 3 yards.
Yeah, you can really see Trueheart's impact. She fires off the ball and forces you to have to try to do something with her. It did look like somebody got a little hold. They just missed it.
It looks like some Jersey was stretching there. So from the 49-yard line, so that was about a pickup of 4 yards there. So this would be a second and 15 to 16 here. They got to get to the Divas 33. Back to pass. Cahill gets hit, throws it, tipped away. Big defensive play by Gainey. Come up and make the play.
Great job reading that play, coming up like a defender or wide receiver. Right on it was Q-Tip.
Good play by Q-Tip Gainey there. They needed that. Cahill that time threw it out from under center, so trying to find a little hole in that seam, and Gainey sniffed it out the whole way.
Well, this might be the first time Gainey's played corner this year, but not her first time on defense in Divas history. She has been one of those players with just such speed and athletic ability. She's been called on to play defense, corner, safety, do a number of things when they've needed her.
3rd and 16 coming up. Cahill out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Mata, throws it out to the near side, and it's caught. And a block, and not going to get there. Going to be shy about by 4 yards, maybe 3 yards shy. Boy, that was close, but good tackle there on the edge as Smith's taken down. And they're probably going to go for it, though, on 4th and, 3?
Well, if they're going for it on their own side of the field, there's no way they're not going for it here.
4th and 3, 4th and 4, I think. It's at the 47. The yard to gain, or excuse me, it's at the 37 of the Divas. They need to get to the Divas 33. So it's a 4th and 4 coming up. Divas defense really needs to come up big here. Now, they don't have to snap it before the end of the quarter. If they want to take it to the quarter break, they can. And it looks like that's what they're going to do, although Cahill still acting like she might snap the ball. There's only 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So we get to the fourth quarter, and it's a big 4th and 4 that we're going to be facing coming up on the other side. Divas have cut it to 10, trail 34-24 at the start of the fourth quarter coming up on the other side.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
At dmvstream.com, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at dmvstream.com. That's dmvstream.com.
Back here, Divas fourth quarter play with a big 4th and 4 coming up. Great history between the Divas and Renegades. These are all playoff games. Look at this. Semifinals last year won by Boston. Semifinals in 2017 won by Boston. Divas winning the conference finals in 2016. Divas would like to win this one today. They trail by 10 to start this fourth quarter, 34-24. And they got a 4th and 4 coming up. And the officials yelling about the clock. The game clock needs to be reset. Fans are really getting into it here, Donna, as we...
Yeah, they've been waiting all game for something to cheer for.
We got a chance here. The Divas going to stop here on downs. Then this game is very interesting for this final 15 minutes. So Cahill out of the shotgun. She got trips to her right. She's going to throw it over the middle. She's got a man overthrown, incomplete, and turned over on down. She missed Pascal, who's running open. Just overthrew her. So turnover on downs. The Divas with a chance to cut it to a one-score game.
Can't you feel it? It's in the air. That comeback is just sitting right there, waiting for Amanda to take it, waiting for the Divas to take
Then
it.
the defense has really been the catalyst to make it happen here, because they've really held their ground since that first half. I mean, shutting out this Boston team the entire third quarter. And really, as we mentioned before, it started at the end of the half with that safety the defense was able to get, and they got a couple stops and slowly built off that momentum. So Amanda Congialdi out of the shotgun. Scott next to her. She got 2 wides on each side. Here's the snap. He's going to flip it out to Scott. He wasn't ready for it. That's a lateral. That ball's alive. That ball is alive. And the Divas offensive lineman goes and picks it up, thankfully. But, oh, my goodness, that could have been disaster. Worsham covers it up because that ball was way behind.
Worsham's slow to get up, and that's their number 1 left tackle.
Wow. Big loss on the first down play, but Scott just missed it and thought the play was over, and the Renegades thought the play was over.
Yeah, that was a backwards pass. Deja wasn't ready for it. And
now, she got knocked to the ground, so she really couldn't do much about it.
But Smalls is like, oh, the whistle
The
hasn't
Renegades
blown.
just kind of, Deja ran for it. Worsham saved it. But the Renegades players kind of went to sleep on that one. That could have been game over had they run it in for a score. Divas, though, have their work cut out for them now. 3rd and a mile, or 2nd and a mile. They got to get to the 49. Congialdi's going to throw it up top. She's got a receiver. Interference. Pass interference. Big play for the Divas there on the 2nd and 22.
Remy Olenzak, who had a big game in her first game last week, gets her first chance at a ball, and there's a good pass interference call.
PI, that's huge. So Congialdi throws it up to Olenzak, and the PI
That's Shannon
takes away
Singletary.
most of that penalty yard, or most of that loss of yardage, I should say.
And you see Singletary gets her hand out on the receiver's arm before the ball gets there.
So they got to mark it, 15 yards to the line of scrimmage. They're going back to the last line of scrimmage. They can find it, which I believe is its 15-yard line. So they're going to mark it off some 15 yards. Should be up at the 30, right? Yeah, 30-yard line. And it's an automatic first down. Yeah, I was about to say it's an automatic first down. The chain gang hasn't figured it out yet, but they'll do it. So the chain gang moves it up. So automatic first down. So the get out of jail free card there for the Divas. 1st and 10 at their own 30. We're at the 13:50 mark of the ball game, trailing by 10. It's a big series here for the Divas. They can score. Low snap. Hands it to Scott. Scott makes one player miss. Can't get the other to miss, and she gets maybe a yard or 2. So bring up 2nd and 8. They're going to give her 2 yards, it looks like.
Well, you can see Gm1, Boston's big tackler. She's very good coming downhill, but if you make a cut on her, she does not have good lateral recovery or movement, and Deja really taking advantage of that.
Blakey in the game. She goes to the far side of the field along with Floor. And the near side, Gainey. Scott's over here. Wilson is in the slot position as they go trips left, and now Floor's going to come in motion. Floor's had a real big game so far for the Divas. Well over 100 yards already. Flips it out to Scott. This time she catches it, makes one player miss. Stays in her feet and gets maybe a couple yards, but been tough going for Deja Scott on that last couple series.
Boston's just doing a really good job of keying off her. They know she's a go-to player when she's running those swing routes. They don't just have one player. They have 2-3 players out there on her trying to make a tackle, and that's just really tough to run when you've got 3 defenders always coming at you.
So 3rd and 7 coming up for the Divas.
Yeah, right off that snap, you see her flying off. Yeah, that's T. Creech.
So 4 wide, and Scott the lone back. 2 receivers on each side of Amanda Congialdi, waiting for the shotgun snap for this big 3rd and 7. Here's the snap. She's got a clean pocket. Steps up, hits Scott, but it's going to be way under the markers, maybe to the 37-yard line. So it'll be a 4th down and about 3 yards to go. The Divas are going to stay out there. Pretty much have to go for it at this point.
That's a good manageable play.
Yeah.
Just pick up half the yards. They know this is going to be four down territory. Just keep moving downfield.
So it's about 4, maybe 3.5, 4 to the first down marker. They're calling it 4th and 3 here officially. So 4th and 3 for the Divas. Congialdi, again, with the 2 receivers each side, and Scott, the lone back, in the shotgun. Let's see if she finds a matchup she likes here. Here's the snap. Under pressure. She avoids one rusher, and she's going to get taken down. Not going to be able to get a pass off. And big-time defense there. And who else?
Gm1 coming up with a sack.
Big playmaker.
Yeah,
sack
she's had
leader.
5 sacks on the season. And you can just see how tough she is when she gets up in the backfield. Tough to get away.
She had the forced fumble earlier, too, on the goal line, which was a huge play in this game. And a big play there on a 4th and 4, or 4th and 3. The Divas really needed to get some points out of this series. Now the defense is going to be asked to bail them out again, which they've done pretty well in the second half of the job doing so far. But it's, you're asking them to pitch a shutout, essentially, the second half. Cahill out of the shotgun. Looking over, throws it deep. She's got a receiver, and it's going to be picked off. Picked off by the Divas. No, dropped. Oh, they ran into each other. Johnson collided with...
Gainey had the
was
pick,
it Gainey
and it
that
looks
had
like
it?
Johnson
Yeah.
came and knocked it out and got hurt in the process.
Got knocked out herself a little bit. Wow. Gainey had it looked like, and then Johnson came in and broke it up. But, boy, Cahill in this second half has really been off her spots.
Well, a lot more pressure by the Divas defense. She's having to get the ball off quicker. And the Divas are doing a much better job of covering the receivers downfield.
Yeah, they are. First half, they were really on their heels. They have really settled down in the second half. Let's look at it again. So Gainey looks like she has it here, coming down with it. Obviously gets the collision with Johnson and loses it on the way to the ground. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
And Johnson already playing with a partially torn labrum, working through that this season. Not an easy injury to play through.
Yeah, especially at that position. Well, we're going to take a quick timeout as they attend to Johnson on the field. Jessica Johnson, the injured Divas player. There's 11:07 to go in regulation. We'll take a timeout.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company.
DMVstream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVstream.com. That's DMVstream.com.
Back here at the St. James, Divas trailing Boston 34-24. That's a good sign. Seeing Jessica Johnson walk off the field in her own power after that collision with her teammate on the first down play. So 2nd and 10 for the Divas. Cahill out of the shotgun. Going to throw it to the far side. And it's Beneke again. Oh, no, she's going to break loose and get taken down to the 10-yard line. Beneke, Emily Beneke, number 87, the big play receiver, gets one there for the Renegades.
And just, again, running that quick tunnel screen, had 2 receivers out blocking in front of her. And she's a tough runner to bring down once she's got the ball in her hands.
Yeah, she gets ahead of steam. She's tough to bring down. So Cahill is going to fake it to Mata, throws it out. This time it's Bell, and she gets taken down. Good tackle there on the edge.
Doing a great job of just hanging on. Bell, a pretty strong player.
Really good tackle there by Gainey out in space. So to minimize the damages there. So just a pickup of a couple. However, they are about at the 10-yard line now. The Renegades. Here's the high snap. Mata gets that give, breaks off one tackle, fakes out another. It's going wide, but there's a flag on the play. She's going to get in the end zone for a touchdown, but I think it's coming back. I think it's going to be holding on the edge, maybe.
Divas are very lucky there. Mason missed a tackle. Trueheart missed a tackle. But we've got holding.
Yep, fortunately it's holding. Refs were all over that. They threw that quick. Why, when she broke out of that scrum on the edge, it looked like one of the receivers they got. So break there for the Divas. That'll back up the Renegades 10 yards.
Right there, number 70. Looked like 73.
And then you also could have got the receiver, number 3 on the edge, Pascal, Stephanie Pascal, one of the Pascal sisters. 2 big-time players to this Renegade squad. So that's going to bring up the ball back to the 19. The yard line to get is the 3, so the 2nd and about 15, it looks like. 2nd and 15 coming up. Cahill looking for some direction from the sideline. She's got trips to her right. One running back, is Mata, the lone back, is going in motion now, number 22, and receiver to the left side. Cahill looking over the middle, throws it. It's got Beneke again, Emily Beneke, and she's going to get it down close to the first down marker at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, the Divas just not really happy with their coverage. Beinecke just sort of ran a route and just sat down in the zone, made a nice little catch for a first down.
Yeah, Beineke's just been killing them. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down situation, 3rd, and we're going to mark the ball. They mark the ball back at the 9, so it's actually like a 3rd and 6. So 3rd and about 6 to go. The yard line to get is the 3. Mata in motion. Cahill throws it out again to Beinecke. Misses her this time, incomplete. So 4th down coming up. Now, do you send Tully out? No, it looks like they're going to go for it. It's about an extra point range. No, it looks like they are going to send the field goal unit out. So this would make it a 13-point game. So essentially, still a 2-score game either way you'd cut it. But this way, the Divas can't score a touchdown and a field goal to tie it if it came to that, if Tully's able to make it. This way they'd have to score 2 touchdowns. Here's a snap. Tully kicks it, and it looks like it's going to just get inside and make it a 13-point game. 37-24, so the Divas down 2 touchdowns now.
Well, they've got to feel good about the result of that effort, still keeping them within a 2-score range. 9 minutes left to go in this game. Plenty of time for the Divas to get these 2 scores and be up by 1 point at the end of the game.
Here's Tully again with a kick. She missed an extra point earlier today, but she does just squeak this one inside the upright.
A little bit of pressure there by the Divas special teams.
Yeah, they did get some special teams pressure there. This will be a big series here. Needless to say, the Divas are in a must-score situation now every time they have the ball.
You know, and knowing this Boston team and their aggressive nature, this is the time where they do anything as well on kickoff. They put it short, they put it hard, maybe an onside kick.
Another championship for Boston. They do have a few up there, don't they? This past season, of course, the Renegades were the WFA champs, beat Los Angeles.
Yeah, and that was quite a game. They beat the Divas by 2 points to go to the national championship game. and then they just really destroyed Los Angeles. I called that game out from Atlanta, and they really just put on quite a show.
Well, 8:29 to go, although it looked like the clock kept running after the field goal, and the referees were trying to signal to the scorekeeper to change it, so we'll see if they figure that out. Divas, though, need a couple scores here. Tully getting ready to kick. Scott and Gainey back to receive for the Divas, the deep returners on the 20s. And we still got another issue. Yep, they're still trying to fix the clock. Now they're adding time to it. Over 9 minutes now. So 9:12 is what they wanted, okay? So 9:12 left in the game. Here come the Renegades. And Telby getting ready to kick it away. Low squibber picked up by the Divas, crossing the 43, and that's where the play is going to end. So Divas going to have good field position as Curtina Pope, number 28, picks it up, the running back.
Pope makes sure she holds on tight to that ball after fumbling earlier in the quarter.
Yeah. Fumbled in the third quarter. That was a big play. Right on the 1 yard line. Now, we haven't seen the Divas get floor isolated out here in a while. We'll see if they try to go back to that. It worked really well in the first half. Although, as they say that, I'm not sure Floor is actually out on the field now. She isn't. So they got trips to the near side, which is the left of Cahill. One receiver to the left, and the lone back is Deja Scott. Congialdi trying to go to the slant. There's a lot of contact there. Hilliard was getting held. Tried to isolate Hilliard over there on the far side, and they did, and they like the matchup, and Hilliard is interfered with, so that's an automatic first down, and we'll put the ball in the Renegades territory. So Congialdi really fired that slant in there, didn't she?
Yeah, you see Brianna Gallo just got a little hit before the ball got there.
And Congialdi let that one rip.
Yeah, she's got an arm. I mean, you'll see her at practice sometimes hit receivers so hard, she's hurting her fingers.
We got an official's timeout again. Oh, there's some more confusion. Now they're marking it off. So the Divas, again, get 10 yards, and that's automatic first down after the pass interference from the 49. The ball's in the 49-yard line of the Renegades. 37-24. Renegades on top. Divas have been playing uphill most of this game. They stick a score in here.
Getting the change crew all set up as a first down.
So first down, Divas at the 49 of the Renegades. Still a lot of time left in this ball game, but need to score on this drive. Amanda Congialdi under a little pressure. She's dancing around. She's going to get sacked. And she gets thrown to the ground. And
that's Beinecke again.
I was about to say, that's Emily Beinecke. She does everything. The wide receiver has been such a big playmaker. And now getting a sack. Oh.
Well, Boston's noticed that Amanda loves to fake that handoff and roll out, so they're now sending pressure up, and they're putting Beinecke or whoever they can from that linebacker spot up into the position where Amanda's rolling to and giving her really nowhere to go.
Yeah, they did a good job there sitting on that, and as you said, and she didn't have anywhere to go. So Beinecke kind of playing like a stand-up rush end on the outside there, kind of shadowing. There's more pressure. Amanda just throws it away to the sideline. She's got such a strong arm, she's able to do it from the 25. She throws it 25 yards in the air.
Well, yeah, and that's just something good to see as a young quarterback, just knowing when you got to just get rid of the ball and live to play another down.
The referee's just checking to make sure that wasn't grounding, and it wasn't because she got it well past the line of scrimmage. So third down and 18. Suddenly the pressure has been picked up by the Renegades defense. Divas thought they were in a good spot at the 49. They've been going backwards ever since. It's been hard for them just to block the front side so far. Congialdi out of the shotgun. She's got Scott behind her. Here's the snap. Throws it over the middle. Oh, and tipped. She had Wilson, but it's tipped away. Good defense.
Yeah, that's Walsh. Deanna Walsh gets a hand on that. Looks like Wilson had a beeline for the end zone.
So with 3rd and 18, the Divas are going to punt it away. Not with the best field position in the world to go for it on 3rd and 18. So Clark's going to come out and punt it away for the Divas.
Yeah, with 8 minutes left, you need 2 possessions to win this game, but you can still rely on your defense to get another stop and get this ball back.
Yeah, you need to flip the field here because this is – I hope you can pin him back and have the defense stop. Bad snap. Oh, no. Clark is able to pick it up. She's going to run with it. Ashley Clark gets across the 40. She's got the 45. She's got the 50. She's going to be short, though, by about 6 yards. Oh. Well, could have been worse, but the Renegades will set up at their own 45-yard line as Clark took the bad snap and got most of it back, but not quite enough.
Yeah, she did a good job of trying to make something out of nothing there. Maybe she could have gone out and run and then punt the ball at that point, but just trying to get a first down there and see if we can keep these chains going.
Well, she at least got it on the other side of the field, nothing else, but came up about 3 to 4 yards short. So Renegades take over at their own 45-yard line. They got the 37-24 lead, 7:58 to go in this fourth quarter play. Cahill out of the shotgun. She's got trips to her left. She's going to throw it to her left. Got a receiver out there. Is going to be stacked up and dropped. Good defense for the Divas on the edge.
Well, that's Eads with the tackle. We talked about her earlier just being a really tough player. No fear, really wants to go against whoever their best receiver is.
Yeah, she took Adrian Smith down in the open field there. Let's see it again.
Almost clothesline, but Adrian looked like she started to spin out and just sort of fell.
I think she saw some pursuing defenders a little bit too. She was like, might not be the best idea. So 2nd and 12 coming up. Cahill with Pascal in the backfield. Hands it to Pascal. She's going to try up the middle, and she's going to get maybe to the line of scrimmage, but stacked up. Again, Divas defense is real stout here in the second half.
Big hit by Whitney Sims coming in, leaving no doubt on that play. Yeah, the Divas defense has really picked up this half.
They've been incredible this half.
Kind of wonder where they were that whole first half.
Skeen's got to go out of the game, though. Sierra Skeen got shaken up there, number 90, on that play. I don't know. Like she kind of got caught up there in that tackle. Pascal, no small person to bring down. I mean, she is strong out of that running back position. Kind of surprised we haven't seen more Pascal in this half when they've had these struggles. Mata's back in there, the scat back. She's dangerous. So 3rd and 11 here. Got to think Mata may be involved in this play. Ruth Mata, number 22, on the right side of Cahill. Here's the snap. Okay, there's a flag on the play immediately. Here's a screen to Mata, and she's got Divas all over. Good defense there.
Well, that's got to be a procedure or a lineup in the
Jen
neutral
King,
zone.
Big play. Good tackle, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be some sort of procedure on Boston.
Yeah, they're going to say it's on Boston. If you're the Divas, you probably decline it and make it a 4th and, what would it be, 9. Decline, so 4th and 9 coming up. And the punting unit will come out for the Renegades here with 6:14 to go in the fourth quarter. 2-score game, 37-24. This would be a good time for Deja Scott if she could get her hands on the football.
Yeah, Scott's hungry. She hasn't had a chance for a lot of punt returns this game.
She was so good in the opener she had a couple returns. She made some plays.
5 returns, 130 yards.
She was terrific.
She was in beast mode.
Sure was. So here comes the punt from Ashley Beckham. Clock's ticking down. They're kind of using the clock a little bit. Beckham's counting to make sure she's got enough players out there. Snap. Beckham kicks it towards the sideline. And the bounce, it's a really good bounce from the Renegades. Scott says clear out, and the Divas are going to have to start deep in their own territory. It's going to be marked down about the 18-yard line. So the Divas from their own 18 got 82 yards to go. They're going to have to do it in a hurry and then do it again.
5 minutes, 26 seconds. Amanda's used to running this no-huddle offense. They're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit if they're going to get these 2 scores. Try to win this game.
Well-executed punt, too, from Ashley Beckham and the Renegades on that one. They definitely did a good job pinning the Divas back, flipping the field on them. Well, we've seen the Divas make some big chunk plays in this passing game over the first couple games, and certainly they've had a few of them in this game. Lexi Flores out there as there's two receivers on the near side to the right of Amanda Congialdi. Scott in the backfield. In motion is Fleur going over to the far side. Back to pass, Congialdi. She can throw it out to Scott. Incomplete. Boy, they've missed on that pass, but she picks it up because it was a lateral and stays in her feet and gets out of bounds after a pickup of a few yards. So,
hey, much better recognition on this play that was a backwards pass.
Could have been disaster, but good job by Scott just to pick it up on the bounce. She stays with it, grabs it. She gets back to the line of scrimmage and gets a little bit more. Makes it a 2nd and 8. Clock still continues to tick, though. Under 5 minutes now left in the fourth quarter. Divas down by 2 scores.
Flora back out one-on-one with 44 on the top.
Yeah, you might see that. Flora on the far side of the field. It's a quick pass over the middle of Wilson. She breaks the tackle. She's got the 40, 45, 50. Into Renegade territory down at the 37, 38-yard line. She goes to Wilson. Megatron.
Another big play from Katrina Wilson. In fact, Amanda tried hitting that on that last play. The linebacker got a hand on it. Not this time. Big completion for Wilson.
See it again. Big time play from the player they call Megatron, Katrina Wilson. Hand off to Pope is going to get dropped in the backfield, loss of 3. Boy, the Divas have had a hard time running the football tonight.
Just Fournier coming off that defensive end spot. That's just too clean. Going up over there against that left tackle, Worsham.
The Divas now at their own 43. 2nd and 14. Time's becoming an issue here with 3:50 and the clock ticking to go. 2 scores needed. Amanda Congialdi out of the shotgun. She's under pressure immediately. She's just going to throw it away over to the sideline. Almost caught by Fleur, but incomplete. Lexi Fleur gave it a go.
I think if she knew Lexi was over there, she might have actually tried to throw it to her instead of throwing it away. But she'll live to play another down here.
Well, once again, there was pressure from Emily Beneke, who was the big play receiver.
Well, yeah, and you know what happened was they had a blitz coming off the edge. Looks like Worsham went to pick up the outside player, and she just cut right inside with a direct line to Congialdi.
Yeah, Beneke's been terrific offensively and defensively for this Boston Renegades team.
And this combination of pressure, linebacker and D-line, is what we were talking about, the offensive line needing to stop for the Divas this game.
3rd down. Congialdi over the middle. It's got Fleur. First down. Lexi Fleur inside the 25-yard line. Good rip from Amanda Congialdi.
Fleur, just a great route. Stuck her foot in the ground, ran that post. Got inside leverage on the defender. Another great play.
So 3:15 coming up and 3:15 to go as the clock's ticking. Divas at the 25 of the Renegades need 2 scores. Congialdi is going to go up top. She's got it and a touchdown. Again, Lexi Fleur. And she gets it in the end zone.
Fleur with a little stop and go. Got the defender to just flip their hips for 1 second. That's all she needed.
Well, with 3:05 to go, it's interesting. It's a 1-score game. And the Divas look like they're going to go for 2 here. Down by 7. Try to make it a 5-point game.
Well, the Divas have had some inconsistency with their kicking game. Feel like this is just a better option.
Congialdi under pressure. She's going to throw it over to Megatron, who catches it. 2 points. It's a 37-32 game with 3:05 to go.
Well, Megatron's over there asking for a pass interference. Still comes off the contact. Makes the play. Now, what a game we've got.
Suddenly, it is real interesting with 3:05 to go as this Divas defense, after a really rough first half, Donna, kept this team in the football game, and finally the offense has made enough plays to have a chance.
Man, this is the game we were looking for. That whole first half, this crowd was silent. They didn't know what to do with this team, but play by play, inch by inch, the Divas are fighting their way back. Very reminiscent of last year's big comeback win of 22 points right over this same Boston team.
Well, you warned me before the game. You said whatever you see in the first half won't happen in the second half. This is just the way these games go between these two teams, and you couldn't have been more right. I mean, Boston put up 34 points in the first half and only 3 in the second half. And the Divas, boy, you just look at just a play here or there, could easily be leading right now. Think about that fumble in the one and some of the other things that have happened, but still got a chance despite all the miscues with 3:05 to go. They've kept fighting. You got to give them that.
When it often seems the team that's down at halftime makes the most adjustments and does what it takes to come back in the second half, and that's been consistent throughout the years with both of these teams.
Sarah Tully is the deep receiver. She's going to come up and field it. She's actually the kicker as well. Got the 30. She's coming trying to the near side. She could get stacked up and dropped.
Eads on the tackle.
Eads gets her at the 34. 3 minutes to go. We got an interesting one here. Divas have all 3 timeouts, worth mentioning.
Yeah, you see that crowd getting live. They're going to have to be on it. We need everything we can these last 3 minutes if there's going to be a stop and a score for your DC Divas.
So the Divas, with 3 minutes to go, down by 5, need to obviously get the Renegades off the field here on offense. Although I suppose they could, strip, fumble, return for a touchdown will work too.
Yeah, Boston's got to be very careful throwing that ball in the air. These defenders have seen these passes all game. They know what they're looking for, and they are going to be very aggressive.
So Allison Cahill out of the shotgun is going to pitch it to Pascal, who's going to try the right side. She's got the 35, 40, still on her feet. She's got a first down. Oh, boy. And then some, close to the 50-yard line.
Just too much, giving up too much off the edge. We've seen that in the first half a lot. Really had a much better job of keeping contained the second half until that run.
Yeah, Angelica Pascal's been quiet in the second half, but not there. What a big run to get a first down and get the ball to the 50-yard line, close to the 50-yard line, just shy of the 50. And a new set of downs for the Boston Renegades. Again, Divas have 3 timeouts. They're going to have to use them if they can get some stops. Again, it's Pascal. She's got way too much room. She gets it into the 45, 44. And so a big pickup, about 7 yards on first down. And the Divas still have yet to use a timeout. Clock still ticking. 2:10 to go in this fourth quarter. Divas down by 5. Of course, Cahill, she can use all the game clock she wants.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they either keep the ball on the ground or just do a quick little bubble screen to one of their wide receivers. Don't really chance going downfield too much.
Cahill's going to take the snap with 5 to go, gives it to Pascal. She's going to stutter step. She's going to try the near side. Gets stacked up, loses yardage. Trueheart with a stop.
Now would be a good time to use one of those timeouts.
Yeah, I think they did quickly, yep. So 1:38 left here, and that's going to bring up a third down. And with a loss of yardage, be interested to see where they spot it. It's going to be spotted at the 46 of the Divas. I think they need to get to, it looks like the 42 of the Divas, so it's going to be a 3rd and 4 coming up. So good defensive penetration there. Divas set the edge this time. During this timeout, I'm sure the Renegades are talking about ball security. I'm sure the Divas are talking about, make sure you wrap them up, but get that second tackler in there, Donna, and try to strip the ball away.
Yeah, and they've really just got to look and defend this run. Boston doesn't want to put the ball in the air and stop this clock. They want to run this clock out. So Divas really need to key on that running back, see if they can stop them and get another timeout. Keep this clock right where it is. We need every second we can get.
Upcoming schedule for the Renegades. They're at New York playing them for the second time. Then we'll be in Baltimore, or against Baltimore, then in Philly, versus Philly, then at Baltimore, then the Divas up in Boston to finish off the regular season.
Yeah, and as we look at these two games with Boston, that really is going to determine who comes out of the East. The number 1 and 2 teams in the country facing off. One of these teams are very likely to go to the national championship game.
3rd and 4. Cahill gives it to Pascal. It's going to be close to the first down marker, and I think she got it. Oh, yep, she got it.
It's going to be close. She stayed on her feet, kept churning, and it looks like they might need a measurement.
If she didn't get it, it's going to be inches away, and they're going to be a 4th and inches coming up. Nope, they're going to say they're moving the chains. First down. Oh. So the Divas in a tough spot here with just 1:19 to go. The 2 timeouts left, but a brand new set of downs now for Boston. Boston can really just take knees at this point.
Yeah, and what's laying on these games is really home field.
Yeah.
So, we're looking at head-to-head competition. You're looking at points scored, points against. If DC ends up taking a loss here, they're going to have to go up to Boston, beat them in Boston by more points if we want to be back here at the St. James for a playoff game.
So here's the give to Mata. Ruth Mata's got some running room. She churns across the 35 into the 32. And, boy, that's about a 9-yard pickup on first down. And a quick timeout for the Divas with 53 seconds to go. But right now, you're just hoping for a turnover. Bad snap or a fumble of some sort. You have to strip it.
Yeah, Boston can pretty much run the clock out at this point. Looking at the Divas' upcoming schedule, we have Tampa Bay coming into town, who Boston destroyed in their first game. Then we go back up to Pittsburgh. Then we have Columbus at home, at Richmond, at Cleveland, and at Boston. 3 road games to finish out the season, with that last one potentially determining where we play our playoff game against Boston.
Should mention, too, next week's game is a 7:30 kickoff right here at the St. James. So if you're going to be here next week, 7:30. You can come at 6. We're just, you just be here early.
We'll be warming up.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do here at the St. James, so you could definitely get here at 6 or 5:30, but the game doesn't kick off till 7:30 next week.
Yeah, lots of entertainment options here at the St. James. They've got ice hockey, they've got basketball, got Olympic swimming pools.
They had everything going on today. This place is buzzing. And this has been an entertaining football game. You just, unfortunately, right now as things stand, barring a Joe Pistarchik moment, it looks like the Divas are going to be on the short end of it. Still one more timeout. Again, this is the goofy part of teams that don't go under center when they do these shotgun snaps. You just never know. 53 seconds to go. Good snap. Hand off to Mata, who's got some room. She's going to get it into the Divas' 20-yard line, and pretty close to doing it here with 45 seconds to go, 44 and a half to be exact. Clock still ticking. Divas do have that one timeout, but that's a first down for Boston.
Boston can just run the clock out at this point.
Boston can let it run down. Doesn't look like the Divas are going to use that last timeout.
Well, the Divas are going to have to regroup from this. They did some things really well in the second half that they're going to want to look at. They did some things very poorly in the first half that they're going to need to make some adjustments for, looking at Boston final game of the season. Not to mention quite a few teams in between.
Yeah, no question. There's a timeout finally. I think that's the last Divas timeout, I believe they're going to charge it to. So they do burn a timeout with just under 13 to go. Yeah, tough loss, but as you said, these two teams will see each other again. And
again.
Maybe exactly. Maybe 2 more times, let's to look at it. But the defense of this team, it's going to be a loss, and the yardage numbers are going to be big, at least from the first half. But they got to take away some positives for the way they played that second half. And it really started late in the second quarter with a couple of the series. To hold this team to 3 points in a half.
Yeah, you could
I don't
really
know if that's
see
going to
that
happen this year for many other times to this Renegades offense.
Yeah, that defense sort of matured during the game, and a few players went out and players came in and stepped it up. And so hats off to the players that stepped up with injuries or ejections and different things happening across the board, and giving a good look in the second half.
Let's see if they can get a miracle here, though. Come on, bad snap. No, good snap. Hand to Mata straight ahead, and that'll be the last play of the game. She secures the football. Divas can't stop the clock, and it's going to run out. Valiant effort to come back if they're getting down early, but the Divas are going to fall to 1-1 after a 37-32 loss tonight to Boston. And Boston's going to prove to 3-0. So a 3-0 start for the Renegades, but they were well under their 64.5-point average in the first 2 weeks, Donna.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to score 64 points on the Divas, but they really did hit their keys. You know, they were flawless in that first half. Second half, they just did what they needed to do to hold on to this victory. And the Divas have some work to do to prepare for Tampa next week.
Yeah, they got some things to work on, no question, and back to the drawing board a little bit on some of the things offensively. But again, I think the defensive positives are pretty strong from this game in that second half, and then you just hope the offense. It was kind of a weird game offensively because they really never got a rhythm. They had a lot of big plays, but there was not any sustained, drives like we saw in the first game against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we saw Lexi Floor, our player to look for, have a really strong game. Lieutenant Dan had a little intuition about that.
That's a good call.
As he put one of his keys for the game. But the Divas will be all right. This was a good test to really see where both of these teams are at. They know where they're at now, and they can go back and finish out the season strong.
Well, we know where we'll be at next week at 7:30. It'll be Divas in Tampa. Please join us as the Divas try to bounce back. Thanks to everybody who joined us, our crew here out at the St. James. Terrific facility. We'll be out here again next week at 7:30. For Donna Wilkinson, I'm Scott Jackson saying so long till next week. Thanks for joining us for Divas Football.